What's up, guys? Wall J here, and I'm here with my co-host, Chris. Chris, say hello to the peoples.
Hello, peoples.
Also joining us is the Bulldog fighting team, Coach Matt.
Yes, sir.
We got Fats.
Yes, sir.
Austen Lane.
What up?
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the show again. And welcome, you the first time, I guess.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, for sure. Chris, what are you doing?
Just checking some stuff.
Oh, God.
Just adjusting you a little bit. It's been a while since we've had to use the board. So.
Oh, man.
Gotta dust it
we
off.
feel like newbies all of a sudden.
I know, got to dust it off.
Let's just get it popping.
Good.
I'm glad you guys are here because we got our first call. All right, let's take it.
Okay.
Let's see who it is.
Thank you for calling the show. Who do we have on the line?
Polar bear.
Polar Bear. Who's Polar Bear? Who's that guy? What's cracking, bro?
What you dickheads doing?
Let's see. It's Sunday. We're live on Facebook, and we have mics to our faces. So.
Yeah, what?
Does it sound like something else?
Yeah, exactly.
Phrasing?
We have microphones to our faces. What do you got going on, bro? What's up?
Shit, man. I was just riding down the road playing with myself. I figured I'd see what you fuckers do.
Well, definitely not playing with ourselves.
And that's why I stay out of Clay County.
Yeah.
You lucky bastard.
So, Polar Bear, how's your daughter doing? I saw her that she was on the. I saw she was on the newspaper.
Bro,
And it wasn't like you robbing a liquor store or anything. It was actually good.
God, Joe. No, she's fucking killing it, bro. Third in the state at 128.
Nice.
That's phenomenal, man.
Wrestling or
She got the
weightlifting?
invite.
Yeah, wrestling.
Wrestling? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wrestling. She's got the invite. She's going up to Nationals, Virginia Beach, end of March. Go throw her in there with the fucking Sharks. See how she does.
Nice, bro. Nice. Hey, there's a little rumor going around. You want to confirm?
I will confirm.
Okay. Are you guys bringing the team back or what?
Well, I talked to Lobster, man.
And by lobster, he means Jamie Harrison. Okay, go ahead.
Harris. For those that are the late people, the late.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're talking about fucking making the all-female fucking wrestler club fucking get back into some training. I don't know. We'll see how it happens about maybe MMA and the fighters, but definitely to get our fat asses back in shape and shit.
Oh, you fat? No fucking way.
I say me, motherfucker? You implied that. I didn't say me. That's right. You better know your tone there, cupcake.
you did say our fat asses, so I thought that you were including
our fat asses. I never implied me. So you directly go to Polar Bear about being the fat ass. Gotta get back in shape.
That's all right. I'm fat too, so I can call you fat.
No. Hey man, if you can't judge by the eyes, then you're a fucking idiot. Yeah. So let's get back in shape. But just creating some opportunity for some people, man, and see where it goes, man. I already told Lobster, I said, man, the second we fucking start putting this shit back on the market, dude, it's gonna go rampant.
Yeah, especially in your area.
Yeah, that's what I said. Jamie, he's always trying to be respectful. He don't want to. Well, I don't want to step on this school. I don't want to step on this. So there's only 2 fucking gyms and neither one of them I give 2 fucks about in Orange Park.
Oh, are you calling them out? Are you going to say names?
Jesus.
Oh, I can give 2 fucks about Smiley's Academy or fucking Fight or Flight. Either one of those. I don't even know if I really call them a gym. I mean, they can fucking suck a dick.
Damn. Hey, do you want me?
They might be pretty good at it. I'm a little salty, man. I'll come back.
Listen, if you want me to, I will edit this out.
I'm not a bitch, bro. I don't give a fuck what I say.
The opinions reflected by Polar Bear are not those of locker room talk. It's all good. It's all good, man. I was just pulling your leg.
But like I said, I could give 2 fucks about their gym. So I'm like, But like I said, Jamie's a good-hearted guy. He don't want to fuck nobody's shit up or nothing. Like me, I'm like the yin to yang type shit.
I think there's room for everybody. I think even
Yeah.
even if you're close by, there's still plenty to go around. They got their guys. You'll have your guys, and whatever other gyms are in the area. Go ahead.
Man, exactly. Well said. Exactly. And that's what I said. It's like we bring a different dynamic. Whoever wants to be with you, which are whatever, will want to be with you. And then whoever wants to go and be badasses and do what they got to do will come over there with us.
That's true. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? If I want to if I want to go fucking box, or if I want to be in shape to boxing, I'll just go do some cardio shit. If I want to be a fucking killer and somebody fuck with me and I fucking throw them down, like, then, I'm going to go over to Riot.
Hey, you haven't been drinking or anything, have you?
Negative, Ghost Rider. I was drinking yesterday. It just spilled over into the day. So that
Gotcha. Hey, listen, we're gonna have to have you back with Javon one of these days.
yeah, man. Hey, we got to set up, though, because Rocket's up in fucking South Carolina.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. That little fucker's working with the VA and little shithead. He left me.
Ah, that sucks.
Yeah, but we can set it up, man, especially if y'all are on Sundays and shit.
Yeah, for sure. We'll figure it out.
Oh, so.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling.
Hey, wait.
Ah.
Hey, I was calling just to fuck with you guys about, how'd you think about the, Wilder Fury fight, man?
Oh, well, I have a boxing team in here, so who wants to take that? What do you guys think?
Matt, you got it?
Sure. I was taken back by it, honestly. It was a little bit late, and I had just kind of one eye open, but from what I could see through that one eye was not what I thought I was going to see, I'm pretty sure that stands the same for a lot of people. I mean, even though that Wilder came out and he said that he was going to really put the screws to him and try to get him away early, I thought that was a ploy. I didn't think that's what he was really going to do. I thought it was a ploy for him to try to gas Wilder out so he didn't have enough down the stretch so that maybe he could catch him like last time, And that wasn't the case. And there's a lot of factors with the weight and several other things that happened. And I was very surprised. We were watching the fights. And I would say probably half the people thought Wilder was going to win, and about probably half the people thought Fury was going to win,
I knew Fury was going to win.
You knew he was going to win?
I called that.
I'm a little salty. I bet on Wilder, man.
Oh,
As did I as well.
I was surprised Fury didn't fucking win the first time.
He should have probably.
But when he got dropped like he did, I was like, man, is he playing as a command? I mean, what's going on? And then when I watched this fight, bro, he came out in full Fury style, dude. I was just like,
Sure.
Came out
he had
hot
done that
early.
the first time. They fucking, yeah.
so
If
how
he
did
had done that the first time, we wouldn't be having this match.
how did you know that he was going to win? What did you see?
His boxing skills, man.
He
got great boxing.
In all honesty, yeah, he's a third generation boxer. It just came down to what kind of game did he want to play? What kind of money you want to make? And I don't give a fuck what anybody says, dude. It's all about the money.
His boxing, I knew his boxing IQ was high enough to know that the second fight, if you fight somebody the first time and you learn them the first time, you're a good boxer, you're gonna win the second time more than likely. Like John Jones, his fight IQ is very high. He learns you one time. Same thing with Floyd Mayweather. He learns you one time. The second time, make you look like a fool. And I'm gonna put my money on the boxer and the one with more technique and higher ring IQ than just a person with power.
All right, on.
Rightfully so.
Absolutely. Who is that? That was spot fucking on.
That was Fats, also known as Ramon.
Ramon, that's spot fucking on, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's spot on.
Now you had Wilder, didn't you?
Flex. No, yeah. So we had him call in our show on Friday.
That was your boy.
And then that was my boy. And obviously I had Wilder winning. And the reason why I thought he was going to win was because Wilder, you've seen it with Ortiz. You saw it with Brazil for sure, where if you make one mistake, Wilder makes you pay.
Yeah.
Because all he needs is one shot and it's game over. And you kind of saw that a little bit with the first Fury fight where Fury took a couple of those shots, went down, and miraculously somehow got up like The Undertaker. I don't know how he did it, but the dude stepped back up. So I thought coming into this fight, because there's the rumors saying Tyson Fury is going to add on weight, and he's going to try to come forward. And in my opinion, that was going to be a bad idea because if you come forward too much, eventually Wilder will make you pay. Now, people want to say, well, if you come forward at Wilder, he's not comfortable with that. Well, I've seen Wilder face adversity before. All right. The first Luis Ortiz fight, Wilder's on the ropes a little bit and he had to bite down and come back in that fight. So Wilder's shared his fair share of adversity. All right. So it wasn't the first time he got punched and was kind of rocked a little bit. But just the fact that when he called in the show, I'm like, are you concerned about Tyson Fury coming forward and trying to stand and bang with you? And Wilder said, and I'm quoting him here, he said, absolutely not. There's no way Tyson Fury will try to come at me. He's going to do the same thing. He's going to try to get a distance, use his head movement, use his footwork. So that leads me to believe that the whole time Wilder's camp was thinking it'll be the same fight as the first one.
Yeah.
Like they didn't foresee Tyson Fury coming downhill like he did. Now, one could argue maybe his knee got a little messed up. Maybe, having the blood in his ear, maybe rupturing eardrum kind of messed him up a little bit. But the fact is that when Fury came downhill, Wilder had no answer for him.
Yeah,
usually what you want to see is you want to see a guy circle out. You want to see a guy counter off, the movement. Wilder's went straight back to the ropes. He had no answer for it. So that goes to show me a little bit that his camp wasn't expecting what was going to happen, especially in the first round with Fury.
Do you think that the weight had a lot to do with it?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, listen, anytime you weigh 230 pounds, you're going against a guy that weighs 40 more pounds than you, and then he's grabbing on you, he's putting you in headlocks, eventually that's going to take a lot out of you, regardless of who you are.
There's weight classes for a reason, right?
Exactly.
It's crazy he's that heavy.
I can definitely attest to that. I took that fight against fucking Amani Lee. He weighed 374 and I weighed 270, and you feel every fucking pound when they hit you that they have over you.
Yeah.
What's that
That's
weight class?
sure.
Is it straw weight?
Nah. That's what I say in my head.
Nah, but for him to be that
In my
big,
mind,
that
when I
heavy,
get in the mirror,
and
I'm
moving the way
like,
he
I'm a
was,
straw weight.
it's crazy.
Well, damn it. Follow Bear, we're going to let you go, bro. We're going to figure out some so we can have you back. All right, bro.
For sure.
We'll talk to you soon.
Y'all take it easy, brother.
All right.
Later, homie.
So,
All right, bro.
so get this too. So we had Wilder on the show, and he was talking about how there's a bunch of rumors out of Fury's camp saying that he wasn't taking any shots to the head because the eye that when he fought Otto Wall in the last fight.
Yeah.
So supposedly there's rumors that he wasn't getting punched in the face at all for sparring. But then he also mentioned something I've never heard of before, and maybe you know better, Matt. But he was saying that he was soaking his hands in gasoline to try to toughen them up and stuff like that.
What?
Have you ever heard that?
So I've heard of people doing things similar to that. I've never heard of people putting it in gasoline, but I've heard of people using old school boxers, and it's kind of like one of these fables, like people drinking their own pee kind of deal.
Yeah.
But I've heard of people using meat, like cow meat, like beef, putting it on their face or on their knuckles, and it's supposedly supposed to toughen it up or something. But I don't know, man.
He said that shit on live radio. I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, for sure. And then after he hung up, my co-host Brent's like, so is that pretty common in boxing? I'm like, nah, bro. Soak your hands in gasoline. Never heard of that. Just try to go along with him a little bit because I wanted to sound like an expert. But I'm like, oh yeah, totally, gasoline. Soaking your hands in gasoline. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, we all do that.
Yeah, never heard that one time.
From what I heard too,
Never
my
heard
cousin told me, I don't know if it's true or not, but he said that supposedly Tyson Fury hurt his ankle
Yeah.
during the camp, and that's why they think he put on so much weight because he wasn't able to run and do the stuff that he was doing.
Well, I know Atlas.
So when my cousin told me that, I was like, I bet put money on it. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, Atlas was going at him saying,
Teddy Atlas?
Yeah, Atlas. Well, there again, he's old school, so but his job's to go, to make noise. And he was going at him saying, if you don't remove your shirt at weigh-ins, it's because you're not coming in prepared. Your body's not ready. That's the only reason why you wouldn't remove your shirt.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow. But then literally, flip the coin after the fight. He was going after Wilder saying, this just goes to prove that, Wilder just cannot fight.
Yeah, he can't.
And I'm like,
Which is crazy, man.
Wow.
If he
that's
like
wild.
Matt said, if he even had a decent jab,
He just had to set it up,
he just
right?
set up the right hand. He just throws it, man, telegraphing it.
To me, it just looked like what happened is basically his camp went in with plan A, and they just didn't have a plan B.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yep.
But then again,
Well, also, I want to
Happens a lot.
point out, when has Tyson Fury had a shredded body?
it never.
Never.
No, you're absolutely right, man. Yeah.
So what the fuck was he talking about?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, to be fair though, so Eddie Hearn, who's the promoter of DAZN, all right, I mean, he's a big time guy in England. He even came out and said that originally he was favoring Tyson Fury, but then he heard something out of Tyson Fury's camp that like switched his kind of gear a little bit, and he said that he guaranteed Deontay Wilder was going to win.
Yeah.
And then that was the CEO of DAZN, who, let's be honest, dude, if you're in DAZN, you want to see Tyson Fury win, because you want to see Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua in England.
For sure.
So like for him to come out and say like he heard something in Fury's camp that he didn't like, he picked Wilder.
Well, I hope he didn't put any money on that.
I mean, it could have been. I mean, Jesus, some of the shit that was coming out of Fury's camp of jerk it off 7 times a day. To keep I'm going down on my wife, to strengthen my jaw up. I mean, some of the shit that I was reading that was coming out, I'm going, is this a fucking movie? Like, is this some shit like out of Snatch?
No, he's just that crazy, man.
No, I mean, no, this was the shit that like reporters were asking him, and he was like, "Yeah, no, this is what I'm doing. I'm like, I'm jerking off 7 times a day. Keeps the testosterone up." I'm going,
he's a character, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But like, what gave me so much confidence in Fury too is I watched an interview between him and Andre Ward, and then I watched this break. It's like a boxing breakdown thing that Andre Ward be doing, and he went over the fight and was like, that's when it opened my eyes, like how good Tyson Fury really was. I was like, oh shit, he really is that good. Like, cause when you watching it, just to watch it for the first time, you just watching the fight. Some people like me, I like to try to watch it and like score points and stuff like that. But most of the time, I'm just watching it just to watch. And then when you go back the second time and the third time to watch it, and you start catching little things. And he was pointing out a whole bunch of little things that Tyson Fury was doing in the first fight that I didn't even notice. And then after I watched that, then I watched the interview between him and Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was like super confident, and you got to be. I mean, he was like too confident. So I was like, all right, yeah, I think he got it in the bag. So when the fight came, and I told Matt, he asked me who I thought. Like, Tyson Fury is going to win. I know he's going.
He was
to win.
sure, man.
I didn't think he was gonna do it like that. I thought he was gonna box him up and just win on points. But when I was like, oh shit, he's bringing it to him. That surprised me.
Well, he hit him to the body too and dropped him. I was like,
nasty.
holy shit,
nasty.
Bad, man. Yeah.
He made him look stupid, bro.
Yeah, he did.
And I'm from the storylines too, man. Like you see in the UFC all the time, happen with Ronda Rousey, like where you get up to this pinnacle and then you start doing the side stuff, right? It's like you had Tyson Fury doing wrestling shit.
Yeah,
he was doing all these speaking engagements, and like a part of me was like, well, dude, we've seen this story before.
Yeah.
You spend so much energy doing this other stuff.
We've all seen how it plays
and then it doesn't translate to the boxing ring. Well, what the hell do I know, man? Because the dude's been working a full schedule doing all this other crazy shit. But like he comes in the boxing and he still takes care of business.
Yeah. So. Well, I mean, look at what like Ruiz. I mean, he won. What did he wind up doing?
Partying, man.
Partying. Yeah, dumped his whole camp.
Man, I was so disappointed in
I was
disappointed when I heard that shit.
A lot of people.
I'm like, you just beat fucking Joshua, who was supposed to murder you.
Yeah.
And you got this big payday coming. And you're just fucking off, just riding around.
You were all of us fat guys.
I
you
know,
were our hope because you came in looking like Pillsbury Doughboy.
I knew he was gonna lose because he came out. He got his own YouTube thing. Andy Ruiz does. So before the second Anthony Joshua fight, I went and watched it, and before then, I knew supposedly in an interview he was saying he was dieting and doing all this stuff. He released the episode, and 2 days or 3 days before the fight, this fool was eating pizza and shit.
Yeah, nah, man.
That's why I was like, yeah, he's lying.
Maybe he was just
bought a
trying to
car,
carb
all
up.
types of shit.
Well, yeah, right. Copper a little extra energy. But dude, it goes to show you, man, the sport of boxing. It's so different than MMA because now, Andy Ruiz, where is he now? We're not talking about him anymore.
Yeah.
The world forgot about him.
Well,
maybe he fights Luis Ortiz, and we'll see. But
I was just going to ask you that. Where does he go from here?
Yeah, that's
Deontay Wilder?
No, Ruiz.
I have no idea. I mean, probably fights Ortiz.
He fights
Deontay Wilder.
He has to fight another big name.
Well, and here's the thing: Wilder's got the 30-day clause to ask for.
Oh, he's going to exercise.
Yeah.
That.
For sure. Does anybody want to see that though?
No, I don't think so.
I don't really. I mean,
let's be honest though, man. But if you're Wilder, do you want to bring it back right away like that?
No,
because
I don't think so.
you clearly got outclassed.
Yeah,
and I think the last thing you want to do,
really.
And it wasn't a debate, man. Fury completely
won. I thought he won every round.
Exactly.
Oh, for sure.
So if we're talking about that, man, if you're Wilder, do you really want to come back and go through that again, or do you want to build your confidence up a little bit, learn some new skills, and then go at it?
See, now me and him, we've had this discussion, this disagreement a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
He's a fan of automatic rematches.
Sure. And I'll tell you why. I tell you why. If you are a dominant champion, like Wilder has been for the last 5 years.
Yeah, he deserves it. Yeah.
Why wouldn't he deserve the rematch?
Yeah, no, of course.
You give me a good reason why he wouldn't deserve it, and I'll be like, okay.
And I'm on the camp of if the fight was one-sided, You know, like which it was. Like if you go in there and you just get fucking Aldo'd, I'm not gonna just sure, automatic rematch, no problem.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm sorry, the product you put in the ring
wasn't nothing.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
Am I going to be interested in seeing them fight for a third time? Not as much as I was the second time.
Yeah.
You know?
So, if he was to put up a fight, this second fight, I was like, oh, he could have won again. Like, I would like to see a third one, but to be honest, the way Fury did him, it doesn't. I mean, of course, they fight. I'll watch it again, but
so here's a question: do you guys think he takes it?
No, honestly, I don't, because one of the things that I wanted to kind of touch on that I felt that I was the most impressed about both fights and Fury is that so he fought two completely different styles, two different fights at the highest level
with two different camps. Keep in mind,
two different coaches, two different camps too. You know,
and a short amount of time.
Yeah, and a short time too. And I think that's something that's going to kind of fly under the radar that a lot of people are going to talk about. So if he has the ability to do that, to switch things up at the highest level, he can continue to do that. And so that's coming in. I was talking to these guys about it, and I was like, because we were talking about him like switching up the trainers and all that. And I was like, man, you can't really teach an old dog new tricks. You know, he's got that European style. He's going to kind of sit back and try to, and boom, as soon as you think you got it all figured out, man, last night happens, you know? And so you can never know. It's really an individual thing, you know? And, but I mean, with that said, do you guys think that there's something left to be seen between those two because of that element? Or do you think that, that no matter what it is, Wilder would find a way to just kind of to edge him out no matter which way it would be?
There's always a box. I mean, there's always a fighter's chance.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, that's the thing about fighting. Everybody can get caught, Yeah. But to me, I don't know. I think Fury is just overall just better.
Better, yeah.
I think, Wilder's biggest thing is he hits real hard.
Yeah,
correct.
And that's
Take
probably
that
the best thing he's got going for him is he hits real hard.
Yeah.
And if that's all you've really got, then
it just blows my mind. It's like, you got that type of power. You're not trying to work no technique. You're not
set it up whatsoever. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, you just kept backing up.
Relying on one punch.
Look where it got him though.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, for sure.
It got him what? He's 41 and with 40 knockouts or whatever it was. Yeah.
40,
so like, I mean, if you got one trick and if it's a good trick, man.
Yeah.
Like I ain't gonna hate you for it.
No, absolutely.
But you saw what happened when someone comes at you.
Yeah,
like, that was the biggest thing where
will only go so far.
When you keep having that one trick over and over again, like people take notice. People are afraid of that trick, obviously.
Well, look what happened in UFC.
Yeah,
UFC. We've seen how many one trick fighters in the UFC are there now?
Well, I would argue Khabib.
100%
is definitely a one trick.
But
besides that,
he's a one trick that I think on different level.
Ryan Hall, yeah. On a different level?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's
only saying that. He's only saying that because he gives Tony no chance. Anyway, continue.
For real? You don't think Tony's going to win?
Continue. No, I don't think Tony's going to
whip his ass.
No, I don't think Tony's going to win.
I think Tony's going to win too.
I'm not saying that Tony doesn't have a chance.
What happens? He gets out wrestled?
Yeah, I think Khabib
he's not going to get out struck.
Nah.
Yeah. No, he's not going to get outstruck, but I don't think Tony's going to win. I think Khabib will wrestle him down.
It can happen.
Fair,
yeah.
I think it's 50-50 fight for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
now I will give you this though. Khabib ground and pound, it looks like it's hard.
I'm sure it is.
It's very hard. And we've seen Tony Ferguson get rocked plenty of times.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So if he catches him with some ground and pound, I'll give him a chance.
And the biggest thing is it is kind of a 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
It is. So
here's my thing.
And he is just the Tony. I mean,
I love Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, he wants to see him in every movie and everything. So it's like
every action movie.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We went through a whole thing where the greatest movie he wants to see remade is Cobra.
Oh,
he wants,
Cobra with Tony.
Yeah, he wants Tony Ferguson as to play.
I give you this though. Yeah. He ain't never seen nobody like Tony Ferguson.
No, absolutely not.
Tony
He's gonna
Ferguson
bleed.
is weird as fuck in that cage.
Yeah. I mean, Khabib's gonna bleed.
Here's my thing. Yeah. When you see Khabib fight all these guys and he takes them down, they're all trying to get back up.
Yeah, for sure.
Tony doesn't give a fuck.
No.
You take him down, he's gonna fight you from the bottom too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing with Tony Ferguson. Like we just talked about with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder has one trick. It's a good trick, but it got exposed. one could argue that Tony Ferguson has the most weapons in the UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it's elbows, whether it's
Fair.
the clinch, whether it's off his back, whether it's on top, whether it's, like the darces, the gi. I mean, the guy's got it all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Khabib's got that one trick, man.
Yeah.
So I think with an orthodox style of Tony Ferguson, number one, and number two is cardio, which
Yeah.
you cannot knock. That's
No.
some of the best cardio ever. And we've seen Khabib, like against, Alec Quinta when he fought him.
He started fading.
Yeah, Alec
Yep.
Quinta at the end, he started to fade. And good, I get it. Alec Quinta's a good wrestler, man. Fantastic. But so is Tony Ferguson.
Mhm.
Tony Ferguson's even a better jiu-jitsu practitioner. So you put all that into the formula, man. It's just, you feel like if it goes to rounds 4 and 5, you gotta love Tony's chances.
Yeah.
Huh? If it goes there.
If it goes there.
If it goes there. I'm banking on if it does go down, I think that's just the power that Khabib can do, just pounding.
Yeah.
Will probably get through.
And now that his strength in his wrestling, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's very strong. So
Yeah.
he hold people down.
Now,
But
granted-
I ain't gonna lie, though. I'm going for Tony too as well. But
Yeah. I mean,
it is a 50-50 fight, though.
I'm
man.
fully prepared to have to sit here and come back on the next time and just go, hey, you know what? I got to eat shit.
Yeah.
You know?
But
I'm
here's the thing,
prepared
though.
too.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's gonna be one of those fights. No matter what happens, you'll see a trilogy.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
You absolutely have to.
And either way, and that's the thing I always say. Either way, I just want to see a good
Good
fight.
fight,
yeah.
I just want to see a good fight.
And
you
not
know?
for nothing,
Which you will.
Khabib's stand-up's gotten way better than what it used to be.
He dropped Conor.
Drop Conor,
Yeah, he
man.
dropped Conor too.
Yeah.
With the feint
now.
of the takedown and the overhand right. I mean, it was a good setup for it too. So
And the thing is, there hasn't a lot of the fights previous Khabib. You've seen more videos. You've seen him in more YouTube videos. Even when he was prepping for the Conor fight,
yeah,
he was. There's a YouTube channel. I think it's By the Bay. Or something like that.
I know you're talking
He was at DC's camp,
Yeah.
so you saw him working. So you kind of got to see
Yeah.
a little bit. You ain't seen shit.
Yeah.
There ain't been no videos
Yeah.
of Khabib anywhere. It's just darkness.
Yeah.
So you don't know what he's been doing. You don't know what he's been working on. So to me, it almost kind of seems like Khabib understands that, this fight
It's a real fight.
is going to be a little different
Yeah.
than what Connor's were and everything else.
Yeah,
It's
I watched some of them
assuming
videos too. He is a workhorse, man.
Oh, dude, I love
Yeah.
those videos. And that's one of the things I never understand the DC hate.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
whenever you watch those videos, you got to see
The real DC.
the real DC.
I love DC.
I know.
Yeah.
We've got some other friends of ours. We jack with them.
I actually got to take a picture with him and talk to him. Not like talk, but like oh shit, DC.
Oh, nice.
And he was a nice guy. Like, so I went to the UFC in Orlando the last time they came, and DC was walking. This one, he's before he fought Stipe and finished him. He's walking around with a whole pizza box eating the pizza, bro. And everybody's like, I was there too. I was like, DC, I'll take a picture. He's like walking away, then everybody starts talking shit about him, right? And he comes back and he said, nah, y'all was talking shit. Everybody's like, please. And he came and he took a picture with us. I got a picture with him.
Nice.
He's a pretty cool guy. So when he won me over right there because everybody was talking shit like, oh, fuck you, DC. And he comes back, he said, oh, no, y'all was talking shit. And everybody's like,
That's the thing, we've always said, like, the UFC doesn't really promote its fighters the way that
They should,
They
yeah.
should.
Yeah.
And, like, a few of my favorite fighters, like Chad Mendez, he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the reasons he's my favorites because he's got his YouTube channel. He's got Fins and Feathers.
Yeah.
I've watched him for like 2 years now. Mm-hmm. I've got to know, kind of this guy. So when I see him fighting or getting ready for a fight or things like that, I'm much more invested. I know the guy, or I feel like I know the guy. I see what he's putting out there.
yeah.
So I'm like, I'm rooting for this.
Yeah.
If he's on a card, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
DC's the same way. You got to kind of see the DC in the gym, the way he was working with the kids wrestling class. And dude, this is, he's a UFC champion.
Yeah.
And it's not that big of a deal. He's getting kicked out of the wrestling match because he's arguing with the ref, and shit like that. And he's like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, he's a normal dude.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
a normal dude. But you don't know, like, they put out certain things just to make money, you know what I'm saying? But you never know the real person.
Yeah.
Before the UFC transitioned to being this mainstream, super.
Before they sold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. What do you mean sold?
Well,
Before
before
they
they
sold
were
the UFC.
back.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Before they sold to
billion or
WME.
whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before that, they would push guys.
Yeah.
They would try to have like a storyline on people. And, they did that with Ronda. They did that with fucking Conor.
Yeah.
They did it with Cowboy at a certain point.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that with ever with Mighty Mouse. And
Not
Mighty
Mighty
Mouse
Mouse.
was
Mighty
pound
Mouse.
for pound,
For
one of the
sure.
best guys.
That whole situation is really odd to me, actually, because I really don't know what to make of it. It did the reason because it's clear that they didn't push him at all.
No.
and then at the end they just kind of
He doesn't. He doesn't
sell.
sell. Well, he doesn't sell because you don't promote him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's his job to fight. It's your job to sell him. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah, you're the promoter.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, it's if you look it up in the fucking dictionary, you'll see that that's your job.
Let me ask you this: you guys been watching obviously the fights, the UFC fights. Did you guys think that Dan Hooker was gonna do what he did yesterday?
To be honest, I didn't watch it like that. I was drinking.
Yeah, I didn't even watch him last night.
But let me ask you this: had the UFC pushed Dan Hooker into an up and coming star that's staring up the rankings, would you have made an effort to watch the fight?
Well, but so here's the problem though, Wallo, right? Like you talk about pushing the up and coming stars. That's what makes the UFC so great though, is that every single fight, when it's the main event, it's going to be crazy. I mean, it's going to be two of the top guys. In boxing, man, like Wilder for a while, he got pushed with these guys they just knocked out right away. They're a bunch of no-namers. Yeah. Same thing with Fury, man. The cool thing about the UFC is that usually 9 times out of 10, who's ever fighting against each other, there's always going to be a chance that guy can lose. Okay, so like when you talk about, well, should they push him a little more? Yeah, I'm all for pushing him and everything, but at the same time, Dan White doesn't give anybody cupcakes anymore. One could even argue with Conor McGregor, his comeback fight, like Donald Cerrone at the time was rolling a little bit.
Yeah.
Like Donald Cerrone on paper could have beat Conor McGregor. Now he didn't, obviously, and it was a bad fight for him. But I feel like there are no such thing as easy fights in the UFC.
Not
so
anymore,
it's hard to push somebody because
especially once
they always
you
have a
break
chance to
into
lose.
top 15.
Yeah, but I just feel the UFC could just do they could do something. Because the problem is they don't do shit anymore. You don't hear anything about unless it's Connor.
Yeah.
You'll hear something about
John.
Connor or John,
Now they're pushing Israel.
By the way, what did you guys think about that John Dominic Reyes fight? What are you guys at?
You got to beat the champ.
I thought Jones won, honestly.
Really?
But
Did you?
I want to see it again. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
I'm not gonna lie though, Dominic Reyes. I mean, I loved him anyway. He was a southpaw. I watched him beforehand and whatnot. But and he was I give him the first and the second round. The third round was a close one. In them close rounds, you got to give to the champion. And then of course the fourth and the fifth round, John Jones.
Man, I had Dominic winning the first 3 simply because he outstruck John. How do you guys normally see the fight? Like when you said when it's that close, you got to give it to the champ. Is that how you guys see it as well?
Yeah,
for sure.
And then John got the takedowns too. I mean, you might.
But that was 4 and 5.
Yeah.
4 and 5
4
were
and
John
5,
all day long.
But he outstruck them, but it's not looking that good to the judges, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're getting pushed backwards the whole third round. So the third round's getting pushed, and he is connecting, he is countering, and John's pushing forward, and John's landing his shots as well. And he was wearing John's shots more than John was wearing his shots. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad that you guys are here because I want to ask you guys a thing about pressure. Yeah. When you have a guy that's coming forward and putting pressure on you guys, but he's not striking. I mean, he's not landing anything.
Yeah.
Does that count for anything?
Now, if he's pushing forward and he's not landing anything, and you're not landing anything, then the guy with that.
No, okay. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah, but for even if he's pushing, for every one that he lands, he's taking 3.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're getting pressure, but the guy that you're pushing back is moving side to side or whatever, and he's striking and landing, does that pressure still count for anything?
I think if the pressure is doing something.
Yeah.
If the pressure is achieving a result of inflicting damage. If the pressure is resulting in you taking somebody down, absolutely. If the pressure is resulting in you trying to set somebody up for like a high kick, then absolutely. But if you just pressure someone just to pressure somebody, no. Then to me, it doesn't do anything. It's pointless.
Yeah, so all you're doing, you're just moving a guy around a ring, but the whole time you're moving him, you're just getting tacked up in the face.
No, like don't get it twisted. Like if you're in the cage, you're the one getting pressured, that's energy systems that you're using. For instance, when I spar Fat, because I used to do it all the time, when Fat pressures me, I hate that shit. Like I hate when he gets close to me because then I have to back up, I have to reset, and like that's more energy that I'm expending.
Yeah.
So while the pressure may not look too much to somebody watching it on TV, to that guy in the cage that's actually getting pressured, you're using a lot more energy.
Yeah, well, because he's only got to move one direction.
Yeah. Exactly.
You've got to move 3
back.
You got to think about where you got to
directions.
go.
You got to move. Like for instance, if you go back and watch my McGraw fight, Tristan fight. He was pressuring, and I was countering the hell out of him. But my count, you could tell, like, I'm out the way. I'm out the way. But he's pressuring, but you walking down for no reason. And so if you dominating in that type of fashion, like Dominic was in the first and the second round, he was like he would combo, move out the way, and his combinations, you could tell that he's landing it. John was wearing it a little bit more, and then comes the third and the fourth and fifth round. John was pressuring now, and John, you can tell Dominic is starting to be more stationary. He's getting hit a little bit more, and his face is turning red. And John really not looking that bad. So when them close rounds, like the third round, you gotta beat the champ to beat the champ. And you gotta
I get that part. The reason why I asked is because that fight was scored 4-1 by one judge.
Which, I mean, that judge the whole
that was stupid. Yeah,
so the excuse that I saw was that, well, John was pressuring the whole time. Yeah, he was, but in rounds 1 and 2,
he wasn't doing shit. Yeah.
That pressure wasn't doing anything because Dominic was just piecing him up and moving out of the way.
Yeah. So from the judging standpoint, obviously Reyes won more than one round. Okay, we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
But I think it's human nature, whether you're watching a movie or whether you're a judge at a UFC event. Like, you always remember the ending. Like, if a movie's gonna be good, the ending's gotta be legit. Yeah. And the ending of that fight was John Jones pushing Dominic Reyes back and enforcing his will on him. Yeah. So that's gonna be the last image that you remember from the fight. Now, you can go to the scorecards and you can go to the points, landed and the strikes landed. But at the end of the day, people are gonna remember those last 2 rounds of John Jones getting off on Reyes. And if that's the last impression, then usually the judge is gonna go that way.
Yeah. All right. Cause
which is I
like numbers.
I hear you.
I like to look at stats.
Yeah,
for sure.
And when let's say I'm judging something like a fight, and I'm like, okay, you got the first round. Okay, you got the second round. Okay, you got the third round. I don't care what you do unless it's a complete annihilation of like a 7-10, 8-10 round in the last 2.
If you
I'll give you the fight.
If you pull up the striking stuff too for that fight, I mean, he totally outstruck John the first and the second. The third, he just outstruck him by a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he started slowing down.
Yeah, so it just wasn't that, like, all right, you could tell he beat John's ass the first, second, and now the striking is close. So you got to obviously give that to the champ.
Do we need a better judging system for MMA?
Of course. I feel like other fighters should be judges.
See, that's the thing. Yeah. I mean, with the amount of fighters that have come and then now gone through the UFC staples and everything,
we should have
it
more than enough.
Yeah, you should have more than enough people that are experienced that have they've fought. They're getting nothing, and we've all heard it. We love the Kyles and the Chaz. I just fucking stand up. That guy couldn't hold me down. We love those guys.
Yeah,
but you need the people that have experienced that shit that realize even though that head kick looked like it just glanced off. People are like, oh, yeah, that didn't really land. No, motherfucker. That hurt. Yeah.
I think...
those are the judges we need.
Yeah. No, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Chris.
You're fine.
I think that uniformity wouldn't hurt, too. What takes precedent over what? Like we were just kind of talking about, like the pressure. Does somebody, if you take somebody down, but you can't hold them down, and then when you get up, they're beating your ass. Well,
that takedown was nothing.
And that's the common one that you see a lot of, actually, because those two game plans work against each other, Yeah. And so, like, you see those go all over the board. So if you're preparing for a fight like that, what do? You know what I mean? It's like, what are they going to see, It seems like it just makes it kind of tricky, and there's a lot of little things too, like the clinch, like who's getting the better of the clinch, you know what I mean? Or kicks, or, cause kicks are one of those things, where if somebody's bombing kicks, it's like, even if you're defending them, if somebody's kicking you and you're defending them, it's worse for you, So it's like, it really just kind of depends on what they're seeing, I guess, Yeah. But I think some guidelines wouldn't hurt, And I think that it needs to be the same guidelines from the top to the bottom, just like it's like football, baseball, whatever it is. These are the rules, man. This is how it goes,
Yeah.
And I think it's lacking now.
Nothing's worse than you see, he had 5 takedowns in a round. But 4 of those takedowns, he took the guy down and the guy was back up in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
He got scored for 5 takedowns, but
and then he was getting punched as they're breaking up.
And because everybody scores, takedowns are king. It's like, well, they kind of are, but if the guy was only literally landed and popped back up in 3 seconds, it's really not a takedown. You didn't do shit.
Now, if you secure the takedown, then I'll count it.
Yeah,
there's so many people that like, oh yeah, he took him down. Like, you're right though. If he gets back up, it shouldn't count for shit.
Yeah, you didn't secure position for shit.
Yeah.
You took him down, y'all scrambled, and he got right back up. All you did was expend some energy.
Yeah,
nothing happened.
Pretty much.
It should literally just be, that's a push. You can just scratch that right off.
I'm just surprised that, we're in fucking 2020 and we still don't have MMA rules. We're still going by, this 10 point more score system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, either that or, they still, as much as, submission is part of the game, if you attempt a submission versus, somebody getting one on you and you defend it properly, it doesn't seem like any of that's taken into account. If somebody gets an arm bar, and you spin out, get out of it, they've got your fucking arm extended out and you get out.
Get out, yeah.
That should fucking count.
Well, and it's like Matt said, there has to be a definition of exactly some kind of rule based to follow, because you could argue, all right, so you get a takedown, but then the guy puts you in a guillotine, tries to guillotine attempt you. Well, who gets the point there?
Yeah.
The guy that went for the takedown that got you down, or the guy that, put the guillotine in and now you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to score, who actually has the advantage there, and then there's no set of rules to explain it. Like Matt was getting at, in every other professional sport, there's a set of rules, and you abide by it, and it's like, all right, this is a penalty, or you score here, whatever it is. But with MMA, man, it's open to interpretation so much where you see a lot of people get screwed, and that's not right, especially when you're putting your life on the line in every single cage.
Yeah,
fight.
Sure,
it's like you owe it to fighters that step in the cage, that step in the arena, to do a little more than just go off of, I think this is going to be a 10-8 round.
Well, I think it's with so many variables with MMA, just like you said, he got a takedown, but his head was in a bad position, so he got a guillotine. Most of these judges, they've never experienced that. They probably, most guys who've trained and shit like that, they would understand, okay, yeah, he did the guillotine, but he didn't, or he went for the takedown, but he didn't do it the right way because he left himself in a bad spot.
Correct.
He fucked up.
Correct.
The other guy did it the right way. He recognized it, advantage him.
But there's a judge that can be like, well, he's on his back right now trying to survive.
Exactly.
He's hanging on for dear life. Well, no, he's trying
he's
to
not.
put him in a guillotine.
Yeah. So again, that's
all
somebody.
subjective.
That's that old guy who's at the side of the ring looking at his phone.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
What are they doing? Who are these homosexuals?
Put him on blast so much, man.
I would have been pissed, bro. I would have been pissed.
Yeah. But those are. Unfortunately, it seems like from what I didn't watch any of the fights last night, but from what I heard, seems like we had another bad decision, last night.
With who? Felder and Hooker.
Daly and Hooker.
Yeah.
On Felder,
Listen, that fight was so close.
Yeah.
I was like, whoever they say won, I'll be like, yeah, okay, cool.
Okay, so it was
razor
so
thin.
close.
Okay. Yeah.
So close. And Felder called it a day. He was kind of sad.
Oh, really? He retired?
he
Well,
Yeah.
he threatened. I'm not sure exactly.
True.
He didn't do the full put the gloves in the ring.
Yeah, he said
he took the gloves off. I don't think he actually dropped them in the ring.
Okay.
So
he said he may
debate.
be it. You're right. Yeah.
That's easy to say, and then a couple weeks, months down the road, you're like, man, I'm starting to get that itch again.
Yeah, of course.
But like we were talking, you start missing that thing, you start missing that team. Like, man, fuck.
When you've been fighting for so long, man, you don't know what to do after it.
Well, with Felder though, he's the UFC commentator.
Yeah, he's got a lot of things going on.
Trained actor too or something.
Yeah.
He's like a bunch of. He's like a.
Listen, when you have so many options like that, I'm all about you retiring early and saving some brain cells. I'll be like, oh, you got all this shit going on? Cool. You made your money. Get out and make some money somewhere else, man. I'm all about that.
Of course.
I hate nothing more than seeing some of these guys where it's like, why is Chuck still fighting?
Yeah, of course.
Stop. Why are some of these guys still doing fights? So stop.
I heard something that he was looking at getting another fight. And
of course he was.
Oh God, no. Please don't.
So who wouldn't you guys fight in the world right now for $1 million?
Who wouldn't I?
Who wouldn't I? Right now?
Who wouldn't you fight in the world for $1 million?
His wife.
Right now?
His wife counts. His wife counts for sure.
Right now, I still wouldn't fucking fight Mike Tyson for $1 million.
You wouldn't fight Mike for $1 million?
No. I don't want to go through that pain. Even that man, as old as he is, he'd fucking would hurt me.
I think the jaw surgery might cost you just about that $1 million.
Ever since even
insurance package.
Even when I saw him in the lobby on that little video and he still working, I'm like, man, fuck that.
Oh, with Francis
the
Ngannou?
clip of him. Showing the guys what's up.
Now I got a question.
Man, Mike's my man.
Can I take a dive?
Yeah.
If I can take a dive, you put whoever the fuck you want in front of me. I'd be like, I'm down. I'm down. Shit, I might hurt my ankle, coming
Maybe
out.
I mean maybe Cejudo because he's like really really small. I like outweigh him a lot, but
Imagine
Cejudo will fuck you up.
man. The weigh-in will be off the charts.
oh for sure.
All that cheesy stuff.
Yeah, but I mean every fighter out there could fuck me up 100%. But I'm definitely gonna go for the least amount of damage I can get.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. I would probably go Paige Van Sant.
There we go. Plus, she has like a broken hand right now.
Right, exactly. So it's not going to hurt that much. Shit,
Good
she
for
might
you.
she might break it off in my dome.
Yeah.
No, but it's some good.
If you're gonna go that route, then I'm gonna go Felice. Just because I really like her, she's pretty hot.
Ooh, Felice Herring?
Yeah,
She's
she's
good,
still
man.
Yeah, she's trying.
Okay.
Every time she tries, though, it's almost like Van Zandt. Every time she tries, she gets hurt.
Yeah.
She's
she can't seem
super
to make
strong.
it. She is, but she just can't seem to make it through a camp.
But she's also been fighting for a long time.
She
so
has.
it might be that her body's just like,
Can't hold up.
it may be time to stop for a
On the back
minute.
nine.
But it's so weird
Yeah.
though because I've followed her on Instagram for so long.
I'm sure you do.
Well, no. Before it was all fight stuff. It was, her weigh-ins and, her prepping for the fights and this and that. And then over like the last year, it has just switched gears into this.
Instagram is a business opportunity now, bro.
I mean, that's what Paige Van Zandt's doing, man.
Yeah,
That's
and
all the
it's weird. It's
Listen,
it's so
if
weird,
if I was hot,
more power to you, man.
I'd be on Instagram, be like shaking my stuff, and be like,
Cashing checks.
Exactly,
Yeah.
catching checks.
Hey, you never know. There's a market for everything, man.
You know what? I'm gonna start the
OnlyFans account,
Chunky
get it
Boys
started.
Club or something.
Get it started, man. The OnlyFans account.
we just need to find that group for you.
Yeah, exactly.
That niche.
He's right though. He might be onto something,
Oh no, man.
I got a camera.
There you go.
So, we can start putting content out there,
We'll make a calendar. All you
bring
gotta
back-
do a $5
Christmas
a
calendar?
calendar.
Hey,
Yeah.
we'll bring
Do
back
it.
the Fat Boys.
Yeah. All you gotta do is sell a
They
couple
sold.
hundred calendars. Boom. $5 a calendar, make a little dough.
Okay, so I got a question. What you guys think about Israel and Yoel?
I think that Israel's gonna basically take this one. I mean, I don't think Yoel gets close.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
I don't
I
think
think
so.
I think it's a dangerous fight.
It is a very dangerous fight, yes, but I think Adesanya knows that, and he keeps him at bay.
He better.
Well, it's just a matter of keeping him at bay, though.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean that's the thing. He better keep him on the other side of the ring.
All right, so what do y'all think?
Well, I don't know. People underestimate just how good of a wrestler Yoel Romero
No,
is because he never
he's
uses it.
tremendous.
Because the guy never uses it. If this was a fight that Yoel Romero was going to wrestle, I feel like this is going to be the fight.
Wasn't he a judo Olympian? Am I wrong?
Oh, yeah.
No, wrestling.
Wrestling Olympian, was he?
Yeah. I mean, well, just look at the guy.
Yeah,
He looks like a wrestler.
He's
man.
he's
It's
90
insane.
years old, and he's got the body of a Greek god.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
for sure.
All
You know-
natural.
You know
Genetics.
USADA's got to be blowing his door down, man. You know it, man.
You would hope so.
Nah, I follow him on Instagram, and he stayed taking pictures of them at his house, and he was like, "You guys gonna have to start paying rent."
Well, didn't he just win $27 million for the lawsuit?
yeah, because did
he collect
his
it?
supplement?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'd be like, yo, I'm done with y'all.
yeah,
Yeah, for
fools.
sure.
Yeah.
Go kiss my ass.
But
I'm gonna do
the-
all the
So
steroids.
I'm picking Yoel, and the only reason
Yeah.
why I'm picking Yoel is because Yoel had the more tougher fights.
Yeah, you think so?
You know what I'm saying? I think they kind of babied Israel, and I mean, don't get me wrong though. Israel beat the fuck out of Robert Whitaker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Robert Whitaker's a real deal.
But before
That
Robert
was a
Whitaker,
tough
it was
fucking
Kevin
fight.
Gastelum. He had a tough fight with, and then before Kevin Gastelum, it was Corey Anderson.
Yeah.
And then you go back to Yoel's track record. He had the swole Brazilian dude,
Costa.
the Costa dude.
Yeah.
Then he had 2 fights with
Whitaker.
Whitaker, which were really close. All those 3 fights were all close ones too
Then
between
he
them.
knocked out Weidman really bad.
Yeah,
That was the
knocked out
flying
Weidman.
knee.
Then he
Oh,
knocked out
Rockhold.
Yeah, by the way, I'll say you got a 40-something-year-old grown man throwing
Yeah.
flying knees like
Jesus.
it's going out of style.
Listen, I don't think Rockhold has woken up yet from that fight.
Then Rocco got knocked out by that Jan
Yeah, he got a whole new life.
Blachowicz?
Yeah, Blachowicz.
Yeah.
Which he just knocked out Corey Anderson.
Anderson.
That guy's the truth, man. I've
Yeah.
been saying it. He's well rounded. There's nothing
Yeah.
flashy
Yeah.
about that guy. It's not like Ooze and Oz, man, but he's like really solid everywhere, man.
He's
See,
strong.
but I'd rather see Reyes fight Jones again.
Yeah,
And that guy for
Really?
sure. That'll be a
Yeah,
lackluster
You
fight,
see?
man.
You see what I was
Lackluster.
telling you? Right there.
Absolutely.
You'd rather see Reyes fight again
Yeah.
because they don't sell these guys. I mean, Blachowicz is on a good run.
But then again, look,
push him a little bit. Give him a little countdown. Be like, yo, this is Jan Blachowicz. What do you all think?
But see, at the end of the day, though, and I agree with that too, man. And getting back to the point of like pushing the fighters, though, it really comes down to you to push yourself these days. Well, especially like in the social media era now, like to me, you can get pushed two ways. You can get pushed by your knockouts and the results that you do in the cage, because obviously that's going to be on Twitter, that'll be on Instagram, and those highlights will be there forever. Or else you can push yourself by talking shit. You know, like, I mean, you look at Colby Covington.
Yeah.
Colby Covington reinvented himself because he knew that his style wasn't conducive to the casual MMA fan. And now, guess what? Everybody hates the guy because he talks so much shit, but guess what? People tune in to watch him lose.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is the Kyles and the Chads and those hate him.
Yeah.
Most other people that understand the sport and all like that, they go, oh, this is the character.
Yeah.
You know,
this is the guy playing the heel.
This is the guy playing the heel.
Yeah.
You know, because then as soon as you kind of pull back the curtain and you get to, you know, if you ever see the interviews where it's just Colby and it's not, you know,
of course,
you're like, okay, this is just, all right, he's a good dude.
But let's be honest though, man, like when he fought Usman,
it was
the reason we watched that was because of Colby.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, because their styles, I get it. They're grapplers,
Usman didn't
man.
sell that fight.
Yeah, but he didn't sell the fight. So, I mean, realistically, man, like, I get for pushing fighters, absolutely you should.
And you know Dana's going to keep Colby in the fucking game as long as he can because he's pushing numbers.
Well, and especially, like, if you're like Jan, he's Polish, I think. He's Poland. So, like, the guy doesn't speak the best English. So, like, yeah, you need to push him.
Yeah.
Right? Because the guy can't push himself. Like, he can't get a microphone and just talk some shit.
But you got to do it better than fucking Street Jesus and Usman did. Because that shit was so
Were you at the Super Bowl when that shit happened? Oh, shit, what do you know?
Because, I mean, that shit looked so staged. There should have been better lighting or
You know something. You know something.
It looked bad, bro.
Wait, hold on.
Story?
He knows something.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
He said, fuck it.
Sorry.
All right, man.
No, you can say fuck it.
Yeah.
You can say fuck it. Sorry.
Yeah, you can say fuck it all day long. Because it looked bad. It looks so cringy.
All right, all right.
Let him tell the fucking story, goddammit.
All right, man. So, yeah, I was at the Super Bowl. And I was at Radio Row. And if you look in some of the videos, you can see me in the background. Okay? So, usually what happens is, guys come through. So, the way it's set up in, like, the media section, it's like a giant square.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, there's a giant square with a walkway that goes around the square. So, all, like, the celebrities can come in the square, do your interviews, and then walk out of the square and walk around. Okay? So, we're in the middle of the square, and there's the walkway outside of it. I see Jorge Masvidal, who I'm a huge fan of. I mean, I think the guy's one of the best fighters in the world. So I was like, well, I want to get him on the show. So I go to Jorge Masvidal's people, his handler. I'm like, hey, can we get Jorge Masvidal on the show for just maybe 5 minutes? I'm a MMA fighter myself. Love to talk to him. The handler goes, no, unfortunately, we got a full schedule ahead of us. You know, we're just a small thing in Jacksonville, so no one's really going to come calling.
Hey, you're ESPN, bro.
We're ESPN 690. I know, right?
No. Yeah. You're ESPN.
Flex alert. So basically, I'm like, okay, that's cool. But the handler's like, well, you can go talk to him. I'm like, oh, for sure. So I just go up to Jorge Masvidal. I tell him, like, man, I respect your game a lot. You know, I'm a fighter myself. You've never been about the bullshit. You're a guy that just comes to bring it every single time, and you don't get wrapped up in the politics. Like, you're a fighter through and through. And I told him, like, dude, I respect you. And you're my favorite fighters because of that.
You don't do none of this stage shit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So he's like, oh man, I appreciate that man really much. And I can tell, like, as I'm conversating with him, he's looking, like, behind me. So I'm thinking, like, he has to go do some kind of interview. I don't want to take up too much of his time. He's like, yeah, man, I appreciate it. I'd love to talk to you some more. Come find me after, but I have to take care of this bullshit real quick. So he says, I have to take care of this bullshit real quick. Now I'm thinking, once again, he's got to do some kind of ESPN thing. Maybe Stephen A. Smith's going to interview him. He doesn't want to do that, obviously. Something like that. So I'm watching him walk down, the square. So, like, where I had talked to him was in a corner. So he's walking down now, where the station's set up, and he's walking down the aisle, and I'm looking past him, and I see, oh, shit, that's Kamaru Usman. And he's got the UFC belt. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. I mean, I thought they were teammates. I thought they trained together at ATT, is what I thought. So I thought they were cool with each other. So they literally just keep walking towards each other. And this is right after I just told him, I respect you, man, because you're a solid dude. And then I see him square off and nothing happens. And all of a sudden, right in front of the ESPN booth, by the way, in the corner, they start going back and forth. So I was like, oh, man. Yeah. But, you know, so, busted. Yeah. But at the same time, I get it. Kind of broke my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like finding out, like, the Santa Claus isn't real.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit. So I was bummed. But then the best part was, so, like, I saw that and I was upset. Cause Because I was like, man, I just told you this.
Right.
And now, so then another handler comes up to me. He's like, hey, we can get Kamar Usman on your show if you want. And I go, fuck him. No. The mic's afterwards go, no, I'm good right now. I walked back and I was pouting, man. I was so pissed. But I get it, dude.
Because as soon as I saw it on Twitter, I was sitting here going, this looks fucking fishy.
Well, I pointed it out to you.
Well, you did, but I mean,
I
I'm
was
sitting
like-
there with Amanda and I'm going, this looks kind of weird. You know?
I come in
and then
and
the
I'm
next
like,
thing you know,
did
there's
you see
two
what
more camera
happened?
angles. And I'm
Yeah.
going, why are there multiple camera angles
Yeah.
here?
Well, and
It's supposed to just happen, right? Yeah,
well,
exactly.
and you see when the video starts, and every single video, it's when their altercation's already going on. You don't see the very beginning of the video.
Yeah.
Because the very beginning of the video, everyone's getting in place, dude. Everyone's getting in
Cameras
place.
are rolling
and
up.
for the ESPN cameras, yeah, man. And then I got a bunch of sports radio guys next to me who don't follow MMA at all, just talking like, "Oh, is this professional wrestling?" I'm just like, "Oh, shut up."
Yeah.
You know, I'm just So
Because the tweet that came around when I saw it first was, who are these guys?
Yeah.
But they're arguing out here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I click on it and I see that it's Kamaru and Jorge.
Yeah.
And just like you, Jorge's one of my favorites. You know, I've been following him for a long time.
Bet.
You know, basically Cuban guy. Of course,
Yeah.
I'm going to follow all the Latino
Yeah.
guys.
I've seen the backyard fights.
And the fight
Both
that he
fights.
had with KJ Nunes, to me, that was the fight that put him on that, oh shit, this guy is for real.
Yeah.
And that was like fucking 10 years ago. So I see this shit and I'm looking at it. I'm like, this is fake as fuck. This is not real. And I texted him. I'm like, did you see this bullshit?
If it was real, Jorge would have popped off.
yeah,
Right?
If it was, yeah.
Cast or not, you'd have been
Yeah.
getting a 3-piece.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. That shit with Leon Roberts backstage.
That was real.
That shit was real.
Yeah.
Oh no, for sure.
Maybe not.
No.
No, all of a sudden, Conor McGregor dolly through the window. Yeah. Did Ray Borg really cut his eye? Yeah. I don't know, man.
But see, my thing is, like I told Wallow, I was like, that's fine if you want to do that, but I think you picked a bad venue because literally nobody, you knew who they were,
Of course.
but 99% of the fucking people standing around
People
there
are
had
super confused,
no
man.
clue who these two dudes were
Yeah.
that were doing this. So your exposure that you were maybe trying to hope on that, we're at the Super Bowl, let's do this, this will be eyes on. It kind of didn't work out because there again, the tweet came out. Who the fuck are these two dudes
Yeah.
squaring off at, Media Row? And people
Yeah.
are like, what's going on down here? And the rest of us are like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn it. Come on. Cause what is this? WWE? Is this what we're doing now?
Yeah.
If this is what we're doing, I want to get off the train.
Yeah.
I'll go back to watching Alaska Fight League.
I'm excited to see him throw down.
I'm excited to see him throw down, man.
Yeah,
But
me too. But
Yeah,
it
I was-
broke your heart a little bit.
a little bit, man. Well, I wish I wouldn't even said anything, bro. I wish I would have been been like, hey, man, I respect you because you never do the bullshit. And then,
Street Jesus.
Be like, damn it, you did me dirty, Street Jesus.
man. But it is what it is.
Oh man,
Part of
that's
the game.
fair.
You gotta
Do what you
say.
gotta do, man.
Hey, man, I mean,
I
money's
hope I don't
money.
ever gotta do some
Yeah.
shit like
Listen,
Yeah.
you got a fight coming up on March 6th. If somebody approaches you to do some shit like that, to sell your fight, so you could maybe make an extra $25,000 or some shit like that,
Yeah.
are you gonna do it?
No. I'm not good, man.
Damn.
No.
I'll be
I'm
like,
gonna-
all right, where are we doing this? What
Right?
camera?
No.
What camera am I
Listen,
looking
man.
into?
Like, I got in this game being me, and
Yeah.
when I walk away, whenever that's going to be, I'm going to be me. So I don't care if I have to sacrifice the money or whatever it
Yeah.
is. But like, listen, I got offered $40,000 one time to cut my dreads in the locker room when I played for the Jaguars. And I said, absolutely not. There's not a price here to put.
Who offered you that?
Tom Coughlin.
I don't want to name. Yeah, Tom Coughlin. No, I don't want to name any names, man.
Fuck him, he's gone.
I don't want to name any names.
That's awesome.
Well,
No.
wouldn't it be Jack Del Rio at that time?
Jack Del Rio was there. No, but this is more about, this is a player
I just
thing.
say
this
it.
was like the defensive line, everybody pulling some money together and trying to get a pop for me to cut my hair.
Yeah, I just said Coughlin because Coughlin is just so old school. He's like, man, your hair needs to be at your collar. Get that shit out of here.
No beard, no mustache.
It's
I
funny.
mean, even though I liked Coughlin, I thought he was what the Jaguars kind of needed direction wise there for the start. I don't know. I didn't want to bug you because God, you were so fucking busy with everything in football and all like that. I knew you'd never get back to it, but I was kind of interested to. What did you feel with all that kind of situation that went down?
with Tom Coughlin.
Yeah, like I mean,
Yeah.
do you think like the games just kind of passed him by?
Yeah. So I mean, not to bore people too much with the X's and O's of football, but I compare it like this, and it doesn't matter if it's football, if it's in a fight camp, if it's in just a business, a Fortune 500 company. Anytime that you have an upper management position like a CEO that cannot relate to its employees, you're not going to have good business. It's going to be an issue. And especially nowadays, you look at the NFL players in the league, they're very self-aware.
Mm-hmm.
They want to ask the questions, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? And anytime you mix that ingredient with an old school guy like Tom Coughlin, it's going to combust, and it's going to be a nightmare.
So I think, I don't think him leaving was the best. I just think if they would have probably put somebody between him and then the players.
Correct.
And probably kept that, because his, probably knowledge and, ideas and brain and football knowledge would have been beneficial if you could have just kept his, I guess, probably, his attitude of everything, steered it somewhere else, or just at least kept somebody a buffer between him and the players.
No, you're absolutely right, because the problem that the Jaguars had was the fact that you had Shad Khan, the owner. He was the main dude. And then the chain of command went Shad Khan, Tom Coughlin, and then it was Doug Marrone, the head coach, and then Dave Caldwell, the GM. The problem was that if a player had an issue with agreement, something like that, they go to Doug Marrone. Doug Marrone never went to Shad Khan to say, hey, this locker room's in trouble because we're losing our players. Doug Marrone had to go to Tom Coughlin. So Tom Coughlin oversaw everything doing in football. Well, Tom Coughlin spun it his way, talked to Shad Khan. That's where all the fallout happened.
Yeah.
So, with the whole Jalen leaving town, who do you think came out winning here? Did the Jags get a good deal, or did we just shit the... Well, I said we. I don't play for the Jags. Or did the Jaguars shit the bed by letting him go?
Well, they had to let him go because he didn't want to play anymore. Okay. So it was something that had to happen. But at the same time, if you look at the history of the NFL, the only way to win a Super Bowl is to draft the right guys and then keep them on your team. And by keeping them on your team, I mean signing them to new contracts. All right? When you start drafting these talented players like Allen Robinson, like Jalen Ramsey, like Yannick Ngakoue, that's great, man, but you have to keep them on your team because those are going to be your pillars going forward. The problem with the Jacksonville Jaguars is they don't have any pillars because they draft these great guys, and those great guys don't want to be in town anymore.
Yeah.
And when you have that, it doesn't matter who you bring in as free agents. It's not going to be a culture of winning.
Which is coming to my next question. What happens now with Foles?
He's gone.
So with Foles, I honestly think he's going to stay. I think
so?
he's going to be the backup. Well, because no one's going to take him on.
Well, he's got a $50 million contract.
Yeah. So no one's going to trade for him. You can cut him, but then you're going to be about I want to say $20 million in dead cap space. So that's $20 million you have to pay him for not playing on your team. It's hard to justify that. So I think unless somebody wants to trade for Nick Foles, which let's be honest right now, why would you want to?
Yeah.
I think he's going to be the backup quarterback.
Maybe try to use him to maybe mold Minshew some more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Were you surprised by Minshew's performance?
Yeah.
Because, nobody saw it coming. This is a guy from, Washington State?
So it's funny. The first time I met Gardner Minshew was at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. And that would have been in February before the draft and everything. So the reason I talked to Gardner Minshew is because I knew his story from college. He was a guy that went to Washington State because their quarterback unfortunately committed suicide. So Gardner Minshew was a grad assistant coaching at Alabama. Leach, the head coach of Washington State, needed a quarterback at the last second. He goes to Alabama, gets Gardner Minshew to come play for Washington State. And the reason why I was so intrigued with Minshew was because the guy comes in under the worst circumstances. Literally, the starting quarterback committed suicide. Okay, that's horrible. And that's the leader of your team. Gardner Minshew comes in within a month and earns that respect of that locker room and becomes the leader of that locker room. So I was like, shit, I saw that story. I got to talk to the guy. So I talked to Gardner Minshew at the Combine. At the Senior Bowl. And it was just like a 3-minute interview. And I left that interview, and I said this on the radio show. I'm like, listen, I understand he's short. He doesn't have the best arm strength. But, his personality and the way he just, doesn't really care, what people say about him, and he just approaches football differently than everybody else. I said, if the right team can get him, he'll be something special in the future. Well, lo and behold, Jacksonville drafts him, and it is what it is.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my biggest thing is, he came in, and you saw almost an immediate change in the team, just the way they played.
Bro, you saw it in the city.
I know. Well,
the city rallied behind them.
I know, but then just the way they played on the field, the way the protection, because granted he can move. He moved a lot better than Foles, and you saw the ball start moving. So then you started seeing confidence in people start building. And then just overall, the team started playing better. And then it just started snowballing from there and snowballing from there. And then people started getting behind him. And I was like, dude, this is it. Everybody's like, nah, man, once Foles is coming back, he's going to get, I was like, no. I don't think y'all understand.
Our buddies from the Nest podcast were saying that. He's like, once Foles is back, he's back.
Yeah.
We're like, nah.
So, yeah, I look at it like this. And yeah, I get the mustache cool, the bandana, like, that's great marketing and everything like that.
Hell yeah.
It's the jorts.
But, and the jorts as well, man. But, like, to me, what sets Gardner Minshew apart from a lot of quarterbacks in this league is what his teammates say about him. Because if you listen to Miles Jack's interviews, if you listen to Yannick Ngakoue's interviews, and if you listen to DJ Chark's interviews, they all say the same thing about him. And they call him a dog. And when someone calls you a dog in the NFL, that's like the ultimate sign of respect, right? Because it's a dog. Like, I'm going to go to battle with you. And Gardner Minshew as a rookie has already got that respect. Huh. I've never heard anybody call Nick Foles a dog in Jackson.
No.
Okay? So it's very telling. Now, granted, the sample size of Nick Foles, very small. But I'm just saying, for a rookie to come in and do what he did and earn the respect, just like he did in Washington State, it says a lot about him. And if you can do that, if you're in the respect and you're in the leadership, sky's the limit.
And my biggest thing is I knew the fans were going to get behind him because literally he looks like he drove down 103rd Street to the stadium and just started playing because that's literally what he looks like. He just came down from the west side like, yo, I can throw a ball. Let's go.
Yeah.
And just started playing. He looks like he's from Jacksonville.
Well, and truth be told, he acts like it.
Yeah.
Like, have you heard the story with the Jack Daniels and the hammer?
Yes.
You know that story about him? So he was at Eastern Carolina, right?
Yes.
So he was at Eastern Carolina. And it was to the point where I don't think he was going to start and he wanted to get a medical red shirt. So one night he drank, and he's told this story before. He drank a fifth of Jack, took a hammer and tried to break his own hand. So he would be on like the medical red shirt list.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I guess, like he said, it hurt too much.
Yeah. He couldn't break it.
The hand ended up not breaking. And then he ended up wasting the red shirt. But he shared that story. They're like, what college quarterback does that? You know, he's a different breed cat.
Yeah. So I unfortunately got drunk and just beat the shit out of my hand for nothing. So I wound up with a hangover and a busted up hand.
So your fight on the 6th is in Dallas.
Yeah.
And
oh shit! Yeah. I didn't know it was in Dallas.
Bro, LFA.
Yeah.
And I think I was talking to you, Matt, and I think he's going to be on Access TV, if I'm not mistaken.
So LFA actually, it'll be on Fight Pass. Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Watch party.
Yeah, definitely. I think actually one of our sponsors is going to have a watch party too. I'm not sure really about the details. I'm sure Austin can tell you guys a little bit more about that when the time comes, or if you tune into his social media before the fight. I'm sure there'll be some information on it.
Oh, we can't reveal the sponsor yet.
Well, I know the details.
Okay, gotcha. Great, cool.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do a shirt?
Not this one, I don't think. Oh, yeah, that's right, because you used to want the. I'm trying to make another batch of those old ones, man. Right. The skeleton
cut the strings.
One. Oh, that one's sweet, man. That one's sweet.
Yeah, by the way, speaking of shirts, we are rocking the Chris Crawford.
That's
leg locks and mixtapes.
Wu-Tang, Chris Crawford Wu-Tang shirt, Liquid Swords, huh?
That's right.
That thing's sweet.
I know. I have to get a hold of one of those, man.
Yeah, I need to get one. I like the hood.
What's up?
They were expensive for me.
Just coming to you, Chris. Tries to ask you for one.
It cost him $2,000.
Worth every dime.
Well, truth be told, it looked really good, man.
Chris is a great kid, man.
Nice work.
Ramon, you just had a fight, bro. Yeah. I want to say this before you even talk about your fight, but at that particular moment, I couldn't be any prouder, man. It was like you came out and you're like, fuck it, I got to put this guy out. And within like the first, 15 seconds of the third round, you fucking put that guy out. I mean, out. Like, they could have told me, hey, Keanu Reeves just donated $50 million to homeless children. I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. I'm proud of this guy.
That dude's dead.
That's cool and all. That sounds really nice, but this guy,
no, I appreciate
he's a savage, bro.
It definitely brought, I mean, I feel like every fight I learned something about myself, and I learned something more about the game. You know what I'm saying? And this fight, I went through a lot of stuff, personal stuff, and mentally, I wasn't all the way there, but I just knew I had to take the fight. You know what I'm saying?
You were just trying to get over that hump.
Yeah. So my brother passed away, whatever, in December. So I was getting over that and stuff like that, and just jumped straight in. My coach, Matt, he was like, "Yo, you gotta take a fight." And I was like, "Let's do it." But mentally, going in there, mentally I wasn't there all the way. And then in the first round went my way, and then the second round kind of went his way when he took me down and stuff like that. And then out of nowhere, boom, like inside of me, Matt told me, he was like, "Yo, you ain't throw the overhand that all fight." He said, "Throw that motherfucker." And like in the back, I'm throwing it in the back, and it just boom. I mean, everybody knows
cracking like twice as hard. Yeah, in the back usually is too, you know.
Yeah, and he's like, "Throw it," and I'm like, "All right." And then as soon as I got up, man, it was just something that got inside me. I'm like I knew I'm putting him. Like when he took me down, just laying there, I could have exploded and got up. Like I know I could have, and I was just sitting there. I don't know, something was just wrong with me. But before the round ended, I told myself, I was like, we got to stand up again. And then when we got to the corner, he told me to do that. As soon as I got up, I looked down and said, I'm knocking this motherfucker out.
So how do you approach that with his situation? His brother passed away. He's not feeling optimal at this point. How do you approach him and say, hey, man, you got to take a fight?
So this is kind of an interesting one. So, as a coach, one of the most important things that I've learned recently was the ability to like kind of start to profile people. There were some people, I had some clients of mine that were in the insurance industry, and they said that they were using these profiling techniques to be able to like look for qualified candidates. People that are in sales are going to do different things than people that are like pushing paper or whatever. I don't know, so that's what they're doing. So I kind of started to learn these things and adapt them to know different approaches to take with my fighters, what I'm looking for in fighters and that. And so as a result of that, that little piece right there we could have a whole show on all the different like ins and outs of that whole scenario. But long story short, one of the things I want to touch on, cause it's important here for definitely for Fat's situation, but I've definitely seen it play out with Austen also a number of times. And it also ties in with the really light kind of profiling, that I'm talking about. But it's the ability to compartmentalize. All right. That's a huge one. You don't ever hear anybody talk about that at all. All right. But let me tell you guys how important that is for a champion, for any kind of high level athlete, anything to have. If you pay attention and you look for that in people, then you know it's there. So to answer your question, I already knew it was there. Do you know what I mean? I knew that he had the ability to compartmentalize. And so that's a very traumatic situation. Fat, just like you'd say, Fat's a dog, so if he gets in there, that's coming out, there's nothing that's going to stop that from coming out. There might be like a little bit of a rocky here and there, or maybe not be the same way that it always is or whatever, but that's coming out any way that you stack it up, And so, I think that was for Fat's situation. That was an important thing that we had to go through,
Yeah.
And, I'm pretty sure he probably feels the same way.
I'm thankful for Austen. I'm thankful for Matt. They helped me through it all. And, through the camp, like sometimes I just had days I was like, fuck this shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But he comes every day. He picks my ass up. I'm not going to tell him I ain't coming to the gym. And when I'm in there, I know I'm going to work because Austin's going to help me work. He's not going to let me fall off. He's going to make me work, you know what I'm saying? So every time I go into a fight, I know nobody's going to go in there more willing to put their life on the line just to win. And that's me. Like, I don't think of losing. Before the fight, I don't think about losing. I think about winning, and I know I'm going to win. And I could tell in his face, like he knew, like, all right, he's getting a little bit more confident. And then the third round, he's seen my face, and I could tell, like, if you go back watch the fight, he's getting more like, oh shit, he's coming. He's getting more worried, and he's working it. And the body shot set up that punch too, man.
Oh man, that's another thing. Fat and I, when we were watching the video, we were actually talking about it because I didn't even catch it the first time, and I didn't catch it any of the other times. I almost want to go and do like a breakthrough of the fight, because if you can slow it down and watch it. It's awesome how he set it up. We're just like, yeah, just go out there and dust him with the left hand. Yeah, but there was so much more going on other than that. He had stuck him with body shots, nasty, early in the round, earlier in the fight, where you kind of like saw him wince a little bit. It wasn't quite a full on thing, but like you could definitely tell it affected him, hurt him. And plus, if you've ever felt that or had to deal with Fat, you know that getting hit with little gloves on by him is a nightmare. It's not going to feel good.
Sucks.
Sucks. I don't want to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'd set up the body shot. What he actually did is he, to set up the overhand, he feinted him to the body and he bit on it, and then he came over top and clipped him with it. And it would make a,
so I went out there, it started off, he's getting all jittery and stuff. So in my head, I'm like, all right, he's going to throw some wild shit because he's scared right now.
Yeah.
That's what he did. He threw a head kick. I blocked it. He threw a left hook. I blocked it. I get him back against the fence again. And I'm like, all right. And I feint the body shot, and I see him go. It's like this. I tucked his elbows. I'm like, all right, it's there. So I backed him up closer to the fence. So I know now he was going to move left or right. He can't move back no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feint, and he would bit it again, and I threw it right over the top, connected it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and then right over there, he looked at me with the woozy eyes, and I just caught him with the uppercut, put him down, and it was a wrap.
It was absolutely insane, man, because, like, and he showed me, I didn't even notice until he showed me the video, but, like, I was in shock. Like, it wasn't shock from, like, I was expecting him to do that,
right?
But I'll be honest with you, man, of all the fights that I've seen in person, the two craziest ones I've been a part of involve fat fighting. And the first one was when he tore his ACL against Chris Wingate.
Well, that was the rematch you had before this one.
Yeah, exactly. Tore his ACL in the first round, thugged it out, won by decision. And like that whole time I'm cornering him, I'm like, you know, I'm trying to give him advice, but dude, like what the fuck am I going to you tore your ACL. I don't know what to tell you, man. So I'm just trying to tell him like, dude, it doesn't hurt. Don't even worry about your knee. So I'm like literally almost to the point of tears where I'm telling him, just don't focus on the pain. Just keep going. Just keep going. So like, dude, I got home from that fight and like my wife's like, are you okay? I'm like, nah, this is not going back. Because I just saw
I gotta let some shit out.
Because I just saw like the craziest thing ever. And it was the fact that dude fought pretty much an entire fight on a torn ACL and won. Okay. And then going into the second, you know, the last fight, I mean, you know, with his brother, like, listen, if you're a fighter, you want to say like, yeah, you fight to win and stuff like that. But at least from my perspective, this was more than just a fight. Okay. This was a lot of things. It was a culmination of a lot of things that he had to get rid of. So like, you know, being in the corner for that and watching him go through that battle and then at the end knock the dude out. Dude, I was shocked, man. I was just like,
it was funny. Usually he's
because usually
crazy.
I'm the guy that's trying to
climb the fence, he's screaming,
dude.
And you look and he's like this. He looking at the guy. Then he looks at me. Then he goes, "Damn."
It was the most like it was just a really eerie feeling, man. Yeah. But like it was just the fact that all the work that he put in, all the stuff that he had to go through. And to finally see it come to fruition and him get his hand raised, man. Like, for me, it was almost too much, dude. Yeah, and like, and I always say this, man, like, when I walk in the cage, it's cool, man. I can't wait. Like, I embrace that. But one of the craziest things, I don't know how the hell Matt does it.
I don't know how.
But like, it's cornering somebody or coaching somebody.
Yeah. I know you guys are super close, and I'm sure your emotions were high. I was watching it, and, you know, I'm not gonna say that I had a little tear or anything, but there was some moisture in the air. For sure. I was like, yeah, motherfucker. That's right.
I appreciate
motherfuckers. He got you good.
Yeah. And that guy was a well-seasoned dude, man. Like,
he looked like props to him, man. He's a vet.
Yeah, he's a vet. He came in really good shape, and I appreciate that. Shout out to him.
Really good game plan, too. Good job.
After the fight, he came up to me and gave me my respect. He was like, yo, you beat me at my very best. He said, I got no excuses. I felt great, better than I ever been. He said, I had all the reasons to beat you, and I couldn't make that happen tonight.
And that that's a scary thing because you weren't at your best.
Yeah, I wasn't.
You know,
if anybody wasn't wanting to beat me, that was the time to beat me.
That's right. Yeah. And so all you motherfuckers are on notice.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's over. I got that first one out the way. Now I got it out the way, and I'm
that's right.
I'm excited, man.
That's
I can't
right.
wait to get back in there.
Yeah. So what are we looking at?
I'm trying. We're looking for an opponent. For March 21st here in Jacksonville. So.
Back to back. Yeah. You know the Fast Easy Money tour, man.
That's right. That's right. I gotta get my camera.
Oh
ready
you got the easy money.
Yeah, that's right. That was the best thing of that video. I mean,
it's so funny.
I could throw the rest of that video away because quite literally it was shit. Because I was learning my camera, and I'm like, I don't like this. But that at the end, that made it all worthwhile. Yeah. Easy money.
He's like, Ramon. He looked at me. I said, oh, hold on. I had to grab the check. I said, easy money.
That's right.
That boy thought it was, I don't know how he thought it was going to be easy money, but whatever.
Hey, that was the rematch from the guy that you tore my ACL. So. You beat him fucking on one leg. Yeah. I was sure you're going to beat him on two good ones. So
appreciate it. Man. But yes, on March 21st, we're trying to get an opponent. Whoever, bring it on. I'm ready. And but that's next time. We worry about Austen, man. Austin's
for sure,
man. For sure. Whatever next is first, man.
Yeah. So Austin's gonna do his thing. He's been looking great in camp, like always, man.
Phenomenal, man.
Beast to work with.
Phenomenal in camp.
That's why people be like, oh, like people was commenting under my comments, like, oh, y'all in the same weight class. He looks big. This and that. I said,
about your opponent?
Yeah. I get punched in the head almost every day.
It's like it doesn't matter, bruh.
Yeah. Bring it on.
No, fuck. What do we know about your guy?
So Vernon Lewis, he's a seasoned vet.
Yeah.
Kind of a bigger dude. As far as the movement's concerned, he's more of a plotter, counter puncher, southpaw. So he's been having a game plan around that, man. And I'm excited because number one, he's a southpaw, so it's something different. But guess what? I see a southpaw every single day.
That's right.
But no, man, I'm really, because I still haven't had a fight, I feel like, where I've got to showcase all my skills.
Okay.
And I'm hoping this is the fight because this guy's super durable.
So he can't make it to the stool.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that we can actually showcase some of my skills, man. So.
What do you mean?
Austin don't see the stool.
You mean knock somebody like the first 10 seconds? It's possible. We've seen this guy put people away early.
For sure.
We used to have a thing, man, where, because, we have a cornerman. Like, Big Phil's usually like the ice guy. So, like, there was for a while where Big Phil had the ice, and Matt's like, I'm going up. We don't need the ice right now. Don't worry about it. For the first round, get out. We don't need the ice. We're not going to the corner. We're not going to the stool.
Need the stool, man.
Yeah.
That's the mindset we have, man. It's funny. One time we was training, and we pushing him hard, and he's pushing, and he's about to sit down. He said, "Fuck, I need this chair for. I ain't seen the stool. I ain't seen the stool."
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, what was it? Fucking Foreman. He didn't take a stool.
A lot of people stand up, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people do stand up.
Now, I heard that's because their knees might be hurting or something, and they don't want to, exert that energy trying to get back up.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that. I've heard that a lot of people do that because in training, ding, at the end of the round, you're not sitting down. It's like another one in, another one out, or like whatever the deal is, And so I think they do that to make it closer. You need to sit down, man. You know what I mean? It's about getting that heart rate down and getting that temperature down and everything. Whatever you can do to do that is the best. And I think standing up probably isn't the best for that. But I think maybe somebody's like taking to the legs real bad, or I don't know. Maybe I can think of a couple other things where it might be a good idea to stay standing instead of like sitting down and having your leg bent or something like that. But I think that's about it, man.
Yeah, no. I don't mind sitting down on the stool.
Give me that stool right now. I got a minute. I got a minute.
Bring me some water. What I got to do, man.
Yeah. Now, I definitely don't want to make it sound like you're looking past this guy. I'm just speaking in generality here. Like, down the line, possibilities of, let's say you're done with your career in MMA. Are we looking at maybe going in AEW? What's up?
Oh, for wrestling, man?
What's up, bro?
Bro,
you and Luchasaurus?
Well, it's funny,
That'd
man.
be a good tag team.
So it's funny. I went to go cover AEW in Jacksonville.
I know.
I told you about it.
I know.
But I didn't tell you, man. So I think I did tell you the story. So I'm walking through security because I was with the media, right? So there's like a special media checkpoint.
Yeah.
So I go through the media checkpoint with all my stuff, my gear, my laptop, get it all cleared, and I'm walking in, and one of the handlers for AEW is like, "Dude, you're late. What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm late." I'm like, I had beer at 7:00. Like it's 6:30. What are you talking about? They're like, "We gotta get you backstage." I'm like, "All right, cool." I don't know. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
They thought I was Luchasaurus.
Yeah.
They really thought I was some wrestler named Luchasaurus.
Can somebody pull up a picture, man? I want to see what this guy looks like. I haven't seen it.
You pull it up on,
Yeah. Dude, I mean, that's why I said it. You have the same height.
Yeah.
You both got dreads.
He's all tatted up too.
He's tatted up.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be a sick tag team, bro.
So,
That's hilarious.
So I always say it like this, man. In terms of wrestling,
bro, Lucha?
I'm never going to say
Saurus.
never, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm all for sharing experiences. But, like, I grew up wrestling, and, like, the last thing I want to see is the behind the scenes of wrestling. Right? Like, I just want to watch with my son and enjoy and just have fun with it because, like,
bro,
you gotta, oh, no, you have to find a better picture than that. Yeah, you have to, like, go online.
I'm about to say, hold on.
Get an action. You get an action shot.
Yeah.
But,
dog.
because I would say, like, imagine being like Robert Downey Jr. or like somebody in the Avengers. Yeah. Right? Like, do you think they like going to those movies? Probably not because they act in them, right? So it doesn't do anything for them. And I'm kind of the same way when it comes to professional wrestling right now.
Nah. All right.
Dude, you gotta find like a real action shot of him. You ain't doing a joke.
That's awesome.
He said you ain't doing justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's the worst Jamie Varnon ever.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's hilarious.
All right. Let maybe not like a full on career. Maybe like a spot where you.
There you go. That's
Let me see after you, bro.
Maybe you come in and save somebody. That's what's up, right?
That's the team, man.
That's the team.
Well, dude, plus
Come on, dog.
Because he's like 6'5" too, so he's pretty tall. Dude, like I said, I'm never gonna say never. Because, I mean, I'm all about the life experiences. But as a full-time, no way, man.
I know you like covering it. I saw that you had that interview with MJF.
MJF. Yeah.
Man, 23 years old, and he speaks on the mic like he's been in the wrestling business for 20 years.
Yeah.
I was impressed when you said, "Oh, he's only 23." I'm like, "What?"
So
I thought he was in his 30s.
So it's funny. I probably had more people reach out to me for that interview wishing me good luck than I do in fights. Because if you know, because the thing about MJF, if you know him, he's always in character.
Yeah.
So like he's been known to go on radio shows and absolutely like tear that shit down.
Kind of like
right,
Colby,
and leave people like looking stupid.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, I did my homework on him and everything, so I wasn't nervous about it. But people were texting me like, "Dude, like, are you ready for this?" I'm like, "I'm just gonna talk to somebody. It ain't a big deal." And overall, man, the interview went great. You know, it was about like we had him for 15 minutes, ended up going 30 minutes. You know, he tried to call me out a couple of times. I had some ammo to clap back at him, so it was all good, man.
Fuck you, man.
but no, in terms of wrestling, he's definitely one of the bright stars of the future.
Yeah, definitely. I've been following, and I know you cover it, so that's why I asked you. Are you looking at doing more coverage of them when they come to town?
Well, listen, I mean, obviously I want to. It all depends. So
I'll say this: ESPN going.
What? Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
So it's all about understanding your audience, right? So right now, the way ESPN 690 is set up is the fact that about 50% of people want to hear me talk about wrestling, and 50% don't. But like me and my co-host Brent Martineau have a rule where he gets to talk golf, and then I can talk wrestling. All right? Because like when it comes to golf, man, I can't do it.
Come on.
I can't do it. Like I had the term handicapped explained to me last week. Do you golf or not? Well,
I used to.
You golf? All right, Matt. You know what handicapping is in golf?
I do.
Yeah. See, I had no idea. So apparently, if you're a bad golfer, you get handicapped. So then you get extra
strokes.
And dude, I was on live radio trying to like get this through my head. Like, so wait, if you suck, you get like a little advantage against someone that's really good. But like in what other sport? That'd be like me trying to like spar a guy's fat size and be like, you know what? Well, I'm bigger than you, so let me go ahead and tie him behind my back. Like handicap you. Like that's not how sports work. Like if you suck at golf, then get better. Don't get handicapped. Get better.
It's interesting, man. I never thought about it.
Or just get better. Or guess what? Don't golf anymore. It's as simple as that.
Well, we do it in pool. It's just like spotting somebody balls.
What do you mean in pools?
So like when you're shooting pool.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, like so when you're shooting pool, like if I'm playing somebody that's not like if I was to play my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're gonna play 9
That
ball.
you're gonna get all the balls.
Yeah.
If we're gonna play 9 ball,
Yeah.
I'm gonna spot her. I'll spot her 3 balls.
Because you're better than her, obviously.
Then I'm better than her. So she technically doesn't have to get all the way to the 9 ball.
But at the same time,
all she's got to do is get to the 6 to beat me.
And no offense to your wife, but then get better at pool. I mean, like, why? You know, I mean, what?
But
you know,
but the handicap, it basically just
even.
it kind of, I would say, I guess, evens the playing field.
Yeah.
I guess, but you know, go ahead and even it by playing more pool and get better.
I will tell you this though. You try to start taking people's handicaps away, you're gonna have some pissed off people. 'Cause, man,
So like what?
Dude, people will. They covet their handicap. I mean, the goal is you always want to get your handicap.
I wouldn't even be able to accept myself to be handicapped.
Because like when I play golf, like my handicaps, I think whenever I was playing pretty regularly, I had like about a 15 or a 16 handicap.
Mine was a 24.
24?
Who appoints it? Like, do you put on yourself?
Well, what it is, you figure it up depending on what you shoot, and then depending on what the course,
The difficulty
of the course kind of dictates what you have to do it over a stretch of games, and then it kind of averages out of this is what your handicap was, and then right before my first handicap was a 27, and then by the time I finished up, I was around a 17 to a 14, depending on the course.
Last time I played, 24.
Yeah. So, you know, you just get a little better. The goal is you don't want to have a handicap. But most of us are never
I'm gonna pull up
gonna
on them.
get
I wouldn't know I'm handicapped.
It was driving me crazy, bro. Because like,
I suck, bro.
So our producer, his name's Kuz, and then my co-host Brent. I guess they went out like on a scramble or something they called it. And Kuz was saying how his team won, and I'm like, well, there's no way because I've actually beat you at golf and I'm horrible. So how did you beat my co-host Brent? And Kuz like, oh, you have to understand I'm handicapped. And I'm like, what? So like, I was trying to figure it out. Then it was like, well, I get a little added score because I'm worse of a golfer, but I ended up winning. I'm like, well, you didn't really win then. Like the rules
of golf, I won.
Yeah.
But technically,
just get better. That's all I'm going to say.
It's like me rolling up to the UFC. I'm on the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, I'm not a good fighter, but I get 4 rounds and like 15 punches.
Yeah. Exactly.
So right off the bat, I got 4 rounds, bro.
Yeah. Either I'm going to tell you to get better or just, kick rocks, man.
They like, nah.
I can hear it with a couple of my future opponents come like, I'm handicapped.
they're going to ask for like 3 or 4 punches at the beginning of each round.
Oh, actually, though, something like that did happen one time, man. I don't think. Check it out. Yeah. So I don't think I want to name names or anything like that.
Oh, fuck it, do it. Do it.
No, he's like the homie, and it was a close fight and everything, and so one time, and I've heard it happening like this before, but one time before the fight, man, there was a situation with like a weight discrepancy or something like that, and like right before the fight, Fat actually had to do some push-ups, man.
Oh shit!
So that was like kind of like me, the handicap, right?
A little handicap.
They had to handicap me.
Yeah, they had to. You were too much at that time, man. You're too much.
You got to gas them out just a little bit.
Was it 100 or 150?
Huh?
How many push-ups?
It was 100.
Yeah.
They were trying to make me do 500.
Initially, it was hilarious.
That's a lot of push-ups.
I said, y'all just take my hand.
I know who y'all talking about.
Lactic acid buildup when you step in the cage.
Right?
Let's get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I missed weight. That's
oh, man. I know who y'all talking about. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I said 500. I'm going to have no arms.
Right? That was the point, I guess.
Yeah,
they wanted you with no arms.
So shit, let's go ahead. I'll just take 2 leg kicks.
Nah, I ain't taking shit, son.
Nah, that's great, man.
Did any of you guys tune in to catch Austin's? I noticed because he's got the Giants shirt on. Did you see him get some game time in?
Oh,
did you see him get some minutes in the basketball?
Basketball?
No.
Yeah, man.
The Jack of
Yeah, man.
Wait, are you playing for the Giants?
Nah, he did.
I played one game for the Giants.
when was this?
When was it? Like late? It was early
Month ago?
February.
Like 3 weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
What? You posted on your social media?
Not really. No. Dude, you know me, man. I'm just like.
So
whatever,
how are we
I go
supposed to
with
know
the
that
flow.
you
Sorry,
playing, man?
Yeah.
You dunk on somebody?
That's the Jack of
Dunked in the morning. I didn't dunk on somebody though. So basically, what happens is the Giants every once in a while they have like the 13th man.
Yeah.
So they have somebody come play with them. So they invited. Well, number one, I didn't want to do it because I didn't have a fight yet. But my co-host signed me up for the co-host of the radio show. Signed me up.
Brent.
So he's like, "Hey, what are you doing in January?" I'm like, "Nothing, man. Why?" He's like, "All right, you're playing with the Giants." I'm like, so I had to go practice with them for one day. And like, truth be told, growing up, basketball, I was pretty good at that. I hated basketball, but I was good at it. I never agreed with it. It's too mental for me. Yeah. You know, I was more of the aggressive type of kid. And like for a ref to have complete control of a game, I just hated that stuff. So I always kind of despised basketball, and especially because it kind of took hockey away from me too, because I was a big hockey guy.
Dude, I saw you skating.
Yeah. So
he's fast, man.
So it took hockey away from me too. So I was kind of bitter about basketball. But anyway, so then I got to play with the Giants for one game, and it's kind of an awkward situation because I'm not trying to play basketball, you know. So I don't want to take anybody's shine away because like these guys have careers they're trying to worry about. So like I came in kind of unsuspecting, like, hey man, I'm just whatever you guys want me to do, I'll do. I really don't care. I'm just doing it for the radio show.
I'll drive to some bone if you want me to.
Truth told, man, they're super cool with it. You know, I mean, they're all cool to me, and they even had a thing. So I get the locker room on game night, and the point guard, man, he's like, hey, so. You know, I'm kind of aggressive. The fight goes down, I'm gonna give you the signal. hey. I go, what? And he's like, hey, just watch out for the signal. And I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? He's like, hey, you only got one game here. Don't worry about it. All right? So we all had this, structured up and everything. But I got about like 8 minutes in, and I'm scoring 4 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, a block, and a steal.
Fuck,
so,
give my man a contract.
Nah, man, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Hey, it was so funny watching him play basketball.
Oh, he went to, that's right. Fat went to it too.
Yeah, I was there, man.
What if the Orlando Magic come knocking, bro?
I'm good,
they suck.
See, now I know why he didn't really do any social media, because there'd have been all of us there at the game. I mean, just hammering him.
I would have made up a sign.
For sure.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So when are you going to play for the Iceman?
So it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that.
Oh shit!
So
the ultimate enforcer.
Bob, the owner, Bob Roblo, has asked me if I wanted to do it because I've actually practiced them before.
Okay,
I've skated with them.
Because now I'll go to a hockey game. Let's go.
Oh hell yeah, man! We'll see. I mean, I got fighting on the mind right now, but eventually, man. We'll see.
The jack of all trades.
Trying to be, man.
I want to see his ass squeeze into the net as a goalie.
Hey,
that ain't gonna happen, man. I'm a straight up winger, man.
Hey, real quick, did you guys see what happened last night in the NHL? I know
Yes.
there's not like a lot of hockey fans.
Yes, I did.
I'm a hockey fan, and I'll tell you what, that was kind of crazy. That was like kind of like this childhood hockey fantasy that I had. They're gonna like come like get me out of the crowd, and I get to like play in the game or something like that. But that's exactly what happened, more or less, man. There was a goalie that had some issue with the goalie, and they went to the emergency goaltender. It was more or less just like pulling Buddy out of the crowd.
It ended up being
Zamboni
the
driver.
Zamboni driver.
Yeah. What? That's crazy.
Yeah. So in Carolina, the starting goalie got hurt with an injury. The backup goalie gets hurt. And then the emergency goalie had to come in. The emergency goalie worked for like the organization as like a Zamboni driver.
Yeah, he was like the minor leagues Zamboni driver, and they had to get him and basically get him into the stadium, dress him out, and he played.
How did he do?
So
I think he actually did pretty good.
Yeah, he let the first 2 goals in, and everybody's like, "Come on, man! I didn't see. I just saw the highlights. I had no idea this was going on." So he let the first 2 goals in, and the game got close. But then, so his team ended up like scoring, like running it up on him or whatever. And then he ended up playing like great once they had the score. But he let 2 goals in. That was it. And so I guess he did pretty good, man. Everybody's
Somebody
fired
did not
up.
make a contract, damn it.
You should. That'd be awesome. That's a good story.
Believe it or not, that's actually because I follow hockey. Things like this have actually happened, believe it or not, quite a few times where they've actually had to grab somebody, like it's been either the equipment manager who you would never think played hockey in, college or high school. They'll sign them to literally a 1-day contract and they play an NHL game.
That's
because
awesome.
They were goalie.
Shit, I used to play ball.
Right?
I'm gonna go to the Orlando Magic games and sit out front. Hey, yo, you need somebody? I'm here.
Well, I mean, luckily there won't be a lot of people there to watch you play, so I mean, you won't get any.
That's fine, but he tells the truth.
That's true, but I'm better than you, so.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Did you guys know there's actually a NHL player? I don't think he's in the league anymore, but I worked with him for a while. Austin knows who he is. Yeah. Born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida. Went through the juniors, college, everything, and made it to the NHL. Born from here.
Wow,
crazy! Really? His name's Brian Ferlin. I think he's in the real estate business. He's a great human being, man.
Yeah,
he's still around town.
A little bit, right?
Yeah, he played for the Bruins, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we used to follow. There was a very minor league team that played at the rink there over off of 95, and it was it's been so long I can't remember the name of them. This was after Lizard, because Lizard Kings used to be here. Yeah. Then that disappeared, and then there was this little minor league team. And we knew some of the players from there, and we followed them. We used to go to all their games. We even went down to freaking Cocoa Beach, followed them all the way down there to watch a game. Yeah. And man, for sure. But man, we'd pound on the glass with the pucks, and we actually almost got into a fight with the opposing team and their head coach from the stands from just talking shit.
I mean, that's pretty standard, man.
It's hockey.
That's
awesome,
the special thing about hockey,
it.
because like you grew up with athletics as a kid. And usually the way it worked is obviously you can't have drinking or tobacco on the grounds. Hockey was not like that, man.
Negative.
Hockey, when you're playing peewee or bantam or squirt or whatever, man, those are like the different levels or whatever. Parents can drink all they want. So like, there's a couple times like where my stepdad had to politely get asked to leave the rink, man, because like I'm going out with some kid, on the other opposing team. Yeah. Like hockey fans, man, are just a different level.
See, we didn't have that down here because, we played Little League, so it's Little League baseball and then Pop Warner football. And unfortunately, the altercations in those always get super ugly and all like that. But then,
the parents and stuff you're talking about?
Yeah. But then some friends of mine who, they come from up north, they've said the same thing. He's like, our parents have gotten in fights at hockey games. Oh, yeah. He goes,
it's just a way of life.
He goes, but it's never really got, because they're my age and they've been, to baseball games, Little League and stuff with me. And he's like, yeah, but it never gets to the level of these. I was like, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, man, we'd get into a fight or something. The parents would get into a fight. And then after the game, they're in the parking lot drinking beers together, and chilling. I was like, oh, no, not down here.
No,
like, we're going to shoot each other.
Sober and aggressive.
Man. We're going to shoot each other in the parking lot, here in a little bit.
Multiple fights playing Pop Warner football. Oh, God. I used to be a little beast on that field, man.
Dude, that was the main reason I quit coaching.
That's how I met Austin. I mean, not Austin, Matt, though. It was through football, and then my stepdad ended up finding
Bulldog.
No, not a Bulldog. He ended up finding this other gym first.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then he ended up meeting Matt one day, and then he was like telling Matt all about me, and I was like, yeah, bring him in.
That was actually hilarious because so it's funny to where we're at now with it because the way that Fat Ramon's stepdad, like, so I've known Fat's family for a long time. You know, I've known
since I was 14.
Yeah, and so it's funny because kind of the same things that they were talking about. Like, he hasn't really changed. I mean, I'm sure he's changed and grown up. He has a baby's got another one on the way. Congratulations, man!
Oh shit!
The gender reveal yesterday.
Girl, baby. Girl,
It's a boy, baby.
I thought for sure it was gonna be a girl, bro. I was team girl, sticker and all.
I thought it was gonna be a girl, man. I was a boy. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Man.
No, yeah.
Dodged a bullet. Okay.
But his dad, yeah, definitely, bro. I have a daughter too, by the way. But no, so no, his stepdad was like, man, there's just this little kid, and he's just like, kind of tougher than the other ones, man, and he's just out there just banging these kids up more or less, and he's like, all right, we'll get him in there and work with him, man. And he was like a kid, man, and he came in the gym, and like I was in there like messing around with my brothers, and I'm talking about he was like a child, and I was like an adult, and like, I mean, and so it's like sparring, like almost like right off the rip, and I mean, I'm talking about we are throwing down. I'm like throwing down with like a child. Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? But it ends up that it's Fat, and that's the only time that it's ever really happened, so that's
funny. Cause I remember I was going to the gym, and I was just hitting the back, and he just had me doing the same shit. 1, 2,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I'm sitting there, it's like 2 weeks. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm sick of this shit, bro. When can I spar? And then he was like, you want to spar? You sure you want to spar? I was like, yeah, I'm ready to spar. And he's like, I'm going to put you in there, my brother. So then me and his brother going at it. And I'm getting the best of his brother. So he's like telling his brother, like, what you doing? and then Matt was like, you know what? I'm about to get my ass in there. So Matt like gloves up and stuff. So I'm like, oh shit. He's like a grown ass man. I'm about to spar this dude. And then he like gets in there, and like I could tell in the beginning he's taking it light on me. I go, crack. I hit him right in the body shot.
Crack me, bro. A couple times. Hit me straight in, like an overhand or something right on the button too.
He goes,
accidental.
And then Matt started beating my ass.
I mean, he's a kid though, so it's like, what the fuck? But it turns out it's Fat, so pride restored, everything's intact, we're good.
Yeah, so we gotta teach you what the difference between a fucking fight and sparring is.
Yeah.
Turn it down a little bit.
I'm like, all right.
Dude, so how old are you now?
I'm 26.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Goddamn kids, man.
That's right. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, Matt watched me grow up basically, and
Yep.
like, I was training with him, and then I got into like some trouble and stuff. My mom kicked me out. And then I ended up moving my dad, and I was getting in trouble in Georgia, and then I ended up coming back. I was like, you know what? I don't know. One day, bro, I was just sitting down, and I was like, damn, do I really want to be like this the rest of my life? Do I want to live my life like a lot of my family lived their life? And I was like, I'm gonna get my ass back home, and I'm gonna start focusing on fighting. And I'm telling like my friends this, like, and they looking at me like, this motherfucker's crazy. He don't like, they knew me for fighting, like street fighting and stuff like that, but they looking, like, he's not that good. And I'm telling you, I'm good. I'm telling my girl this, and she's looking at me like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm about to go back home, and I'm about to start fighting. You either gonna stay here in Georgia, or you gonna come with me. And she ended up coming back with me too. But
2 kids later.
yeah, 2 kids later.
Yeah.
Shout out to her, but I ended up coming back, and then I seen Matt. It's funny though, 'cause I ended up getting my leg ran over before I came over here. So I pulled up to his gym. I pulled up to his gym I pulled up to his gym on crutches, and I'm looking at him. Matt used to be fat, so I'm looking for Matt. I'm like, where the hell is that? Like, where the hell is Matt? And then Matt was like, Fat boy, and I was like, Matt.
Yeah, man.
And then we got it popping from there, man.
Yeah. Boxing first, though.
Yeah,
boxing first.
Yeah.
And
then he came with me with the Steven fight.
Yeah.
Promising me it was going to be an easy fight.
I thought it was, man. I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it was, but it wasn't. And I think that fight was the best thing that probably could have happened to either one of y'all, man. That was great.
Yeah. Matt kept coming to me. He was like, hey, man, what you think about doing MMA? And I'm like, I'm looking at people on the ground rolling. I was like, man, hell no, man. I ain't be laying on these fools and stuff like that. And then he came to me. He kept pressing it. What you think about doing MMA? What you think about doing MMA? I was like, you know what's up? Then he was like, they got somebody. It's going to be a real easy fight. You should be able to knock him out, this, and that. And I'm like, all right, whatever. And then I was like, I'll do it. Next thing you know, he's like, yeah, the fight's going to be at 130, though. I never even
the first one.
Yeah, I never even cut weight. The most weight I ever cut was like 3 to 4 pounds. Just make 140 for boxing. That's why I missed weight the first time, though, with the Steven situation. But after that, that was it. I lost, and
that's the last time you lost.
Yeah,
but that was an amateur too. That was your first.
First amateur fight.
Yeah.
Then it went from,
and to be fair, man, but both you guys since then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Steven too.
Steven's been
Steven
crushing
too,
it as
man.
well,
yeah,
man.
ever since.
So,
Me and Steven trained a lot.
It's a good fight for both y'all.
Yeah.
It's funny because Steven came into the gym, and he was like this scrawny little kid. He was like 16 or 17 in high school. He hadn't graduated yet.
Yeah.
And you could see him getting better and better each time out.
Yeah.
And, you know, you go from subbing him to like, oh shit, this kid is subbing people.
Yeah.
Oh shit, this kid has got my back. Get off of me.
Yeah, he's good at doing that, huh?
And look at him today. I mean,
Yeah.
He just CJJ Worlds, man. He hung in there.
Yeah.
I was just talking to him last night.
He's a beast.
He was actually hanging out last night watching the fight.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a killer.
I haven't seen him in a while because, you know, he hasn't been by the yard or anything. But, yeah, man, when he started, man, he was just a little kid.
Yeah, that's what's funny.
Him and Colin.
And then
Colin was another. I don't know if you ever met Colin.
Colin too, yeah.
He came in and he was like this awkward, goofy kid too. I'm like, oh, who the fuck are these kids? And they started, you know, doing stand up and sparring with people and
Seth too, really.
Yeah,
Seth too at that time. I don't know how active he is anymore, but at that time,
he's very active.
Yeah,
right
but at
now.
that time, he was another one, man.
But
and Trey
you see
Trey Waters too. Can't forget
right?
about Trey, man.
You see Colin, and all of a sudden he's cracking the pads, and you're like, oh, I don't want to get hit by that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just gonna stick to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, you hear that sound. You go,
my last
"Fuck
beating
that."
was when Dean was getting ready for a fight, and nobody showed up to the gym to spar with him, and I'm like,
Imagine.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, fuck, I guess I'm it. You know?
Tag.
So, yeah, dude, he beat
Guilty
me
by
up
association,
so
man.
bad. I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't got that kind of skill to hang with you. So I haven't put on gloves since then.
it's
I mean, I hit a bag every once in a while,
Yeah.
but for me to spar anybody,
Nah, Dean's a killer, man.
I'd be like that day. I'd just be like,
It's
damn,
great,
Dean,
though, like,
nobody
growing-
showed up for you.
growing up
Later.
into fighting, it was great, like coming up, how it's been for me, like just fighting as a young kid and growing up and then being with Matt and then starting to actually take fights, and then now I'm looking at it, I was like, I still can't believe I'm doing this shit. I'm like, whoa, I tell them these people, and I'm looking at them like, I'm gonna do it. They're looking at me crazy, and then now I'm like, damn, I'm really doing this shit.
listen,
But it wouldn't have been easy though, man. Ever since I met Austen too, and then I'm like, at first when I first met Austen, I was like, oh shit, he's a football player. Like,
That was crazy, right? That was super crazy.
man was like, yeah, we got a football player in here, and I'm looking, I'm like, damn, he's huge. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it goes from being the football player to like, oh shit, this. He's actually a good guy. He's a human being. That's my friend now. And that's my brother now. That's my big brother.
for sure.
And being around him, there was like him and his goals, and seeing that he was like, oh shit, he was a football player, and I'm hanging out with him now. We're best friends. I could become a UFC fighter. I could become a fighter. Being around Austen made me believe in myself. You know what I'm saying? I thank you for that too, Austen, man.
No, it is what it is, man. And I think that's a testament to our gym, really, because if you ever come through, we call it the doghouse, right?
I've been.
It's got nothing. I mean,
I
you
try
see
to
the-
film.
No frills, man. No
I
frills.
tried to film, but there was no light.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So in terms of accommodations, man, we don't have much. All right, we don't have the state of the art bags.
It don't matter.
We don't have the state of the art gear. But what we do have is the guys that come through there. You know, it's not just everybody. I mean,
Family, yeah.
There's kind of like a screening process that we all kind of have input on. Like, hey, this guy wants to come through. All right, bring him through. What's he like? Because we look for certain type of guys, right? So not everybody can just come, drop what they're doing and come train with us. So it's a special type of guy. I mean, no, don't get me twisted. There's a lot of guys that come through just for one night. But I'm saying it takes a special type of guy to come train with us.
And want to fight with us.
Exactly.
Do the shit that we have.
With
You know
us.
what I'm saying? People think like, oh, you need a big gym and this and that.
No.
And then they find out like, well, y'all training?
Listen, like we used to
like
The doghouse.
y'all motherfuckers
we used
beating
to
people
train
up out of here.
Well, we used to train in Matt's backyard, man.
Yeah,
That was
the front
the best.
yard. The front yard.
I wish, honestly, like I say this all the time, man. Like I wish we could go back to that.
Yeah.
That would be awesome,
The
man.
freezing
It-
cold. getting kicked
I'll
out
never
in.
forget.
That was
man.
the worst.
So-
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Oh no, I'll wait till that part. But like, I remember because like we said, it's in his backyard. We had the mats all set up, but it's outside. So in the wintertime, it sucks. All right. And I remember driving by every single day. You drive past like gyms on beach, and you'd see MMA gyms, and oh man, they got heating in
Those
there.
are nice.
Looks
Oh
warm.
man, it looks warm in there, man. It's all steamy, so the heat must be on. I remember driving past every single day, just being like, "It is what it is, man." Like I know where I'm going. I'm getting the best work that I can get in, and if it's outside, so be it. So like to me, man, and that was for like probably the majority of my amateur career.
Yeah,
so we did
definitely.
that,
The whole-
the whole outside.
And I'm thankful for that, man,
Yeah.
because the conditions were not ideal, but it almost kind of gave you a sense of toughness after it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
I'm definitely not on any of you guys' level, but when I was training at the training yard, when I started, I mean, still doesn't have AC, still doesn't have, heat.
Yeah.
And, you're wearing a gi in the middle of summer.
Oh man,
That shit will put some hair on,
especially the way that I sweat too, man. It's
it's crazy.
You lost at least 5 or 6 pounds a session.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, I know a little bit about what you guys are talking
that's
about.
That's why people they be like, why you just don't. I had so many people try to get me. I'm sure Austen, same thing, like come
over here.
Yeah.
Why this, why that? Well, I'm like, the number one reason is because this guy right here, man, he wants me to win. He wants the best for me. I haven't paid. I don't remember the last time I paid his ass to fucking train me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it never was that since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't meet a lot of people like Matt, man. And Matt's gonna be there for you when you need him. And Matt's gonna be here till I'm done. Till I feel like, yo, man, I don't want to fight.
Till you go into wrestling with
probably till we start having our sons start do it too.
Yeah,
Like the next generation, man. That's what we call it, the next generation.
Hey,
Matt's gonna be 70 years old, man.
I remember when your daddy was hitting pads.
Exactly, man.
Hey, but Fat, so what's gonna what do you think's gonna happen to? All right, everybody. When Fat's done fighting with his fight career,
I already know you're going.
What's gonna happen to Fat?
You're gonna get fat.
Wait,
You're gonna get fat.
He is without a doubt going to be super overweight. And I told him, listen, man, you better when you're done, you better make sure I'm done too, because you don't want to be that size around me, man.
Yeah.
Well, I was asking him, I'm like, is Fats Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
And he's like, he's Puerto Rican. I'm like, I know you love that rice and beans.
The rice and beans get you
bro.
every time,
That will get you every time.
Every time.
I mean, look at me. I love me some rice and beans.
No, but everything we've been through, man,
built
what we have today, man. And I don't want to be nowhere else. Sure. I mean, I got plenty of other places I probably could have went.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot of people that'll come at you, but the problem is they'll always lead with that.
Yeah,
we got this. We got that.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing.
You, and I'm like,
it's not about what you have. It's about what you guys have.
Yeah,
for sure.
And
they try to lead you with look at the stuff.
Yeah, you don't believe
all kind of shit about stuff.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it.
Oh yeah,
because I've seen it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not that they were trying to recruit me, because, not me, but I've seen, like, other guys.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But
want to suck his dick, too? The way you at it, I mean, shit. You might like it. I don't know. But, yeah, I know what you guys mean.
I mean, stuff is nice, but, team and family, that's, to me, that's always more
important, man.
Yeah.
Way more important.
And listen, I'm not because you're here and, because we have gotten to know each other a little bit better, but man, your heart, your savagery, if that's even a word.
Oh, for sure.
When you get into the cage is second to none. I saw the whole card that combat night last time. I was not more excited for any other fight than yours.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And fuck, did you deliver?
Well, dude, and the whole mask thing too.
Oh,
I was so upset with the mask thing. I didn't think of it. I was like, bro, he's walking out. I turned to I turned to Vaughn. I'm like, damn, I wish I would have thought of that. It looks pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Because like,
I think I still have it on video.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Dude, it's genius, man. Because
I pulled it out I'm always gonna pull it out now. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I pulled it out yesterday. Jared's like, damn, I forgot all about that shit.
Well, dude, there's this thing too. Like, you'd always type up, he's got a fight coming up, and use that emoji. You know? And what do you call emoji?
Yeah,
I don't know what you call it.
It's like a little.
It's called a Henya mask in Chinese.
Okay. So like he'd always post that, and I'm like, dude, I'm not an emoji guy, so I have no idea what's going on.
I see it, and I reply too. I'm like,
emoji. Me too. So hijacked the emoji.
Yeah, bro. So like he'd always be typing that up, and all of a sudden that fight in Jags, he pulls out the mask. I'm like,
that's a shirt right there.
Yeah, man.
You should have a shirt made.
Marketing.
Yeah.
I'm definitely trying to market that. Everybody loves it.
Flex.
Motherfucker. Let's not even talk about that guy.
What guy?
So you tell him, man.
Let me know, Will.
So I'm doing this photography, thing.
Yeah.
And I submitted my project today.
All right.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I see that my project was graded. And normally it would take like 3-4 days.
Yeah.
So I see it. I'm like, oh shit, let me pull it up. And he had a message. Well, the guy proceeded to talk about himself. And, I am this, I am that. And by the way, I have this for sale. And I'm like, What the fuck? How about you talk about my grade?
So he's literally just trying to wait for a grade, dude, and the guy's just talking about himself the whole time.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Damn.
Flex, plug.
Flex, and he plugged something, then he flexed again.
Yeah.
Oh, flex, plug.
So that's where we get.
That's awesome.
Motherfucker.
It was.
It made me feel bad about my grade. So
How'd you do?
He got an A.
I got an A.
Yeah, he got
Excellent,
an A.
Which is the most important thing. Yeah.
But it was legitimately hilarious because it was the message is like, I'm going to slide my bio in, and he starts the bio, and it was just flex. Yeah. I've also done this. I've done this. I've done this. I've done this. And it's like, I was like, at first I was like, wow, that was a flex. That was a little bit of a flex, and I'm thinking, and then Austin's kind of like, ooh, that was a circle flex. And we're just listening to it. It's like, God damn, it's just flex after flex.
Yeah. Humble flex. There's a humble flex.
The humble flex.
Yeah.
And then, there's the plug, followed by the next flex. And it was like, Jesus Christ.
It's a lot.
So,
It's
yeah,
insane.
no, that's going to be we need to get a t-shirt. That is legit.
Flex, plug.
Fucking flex. No, flex, plug, flex.
I like it.
Oh,
man.
FPF?
I like it.
FPF. Because that,
FPF, no sense.
that dude had it. I mean,
you know that I'll fucking make it.
make it, motherfucker.
Go ahead.
But more important, we got to make one for him.
Yes.
I know you got to cut the strings, or you had.
Yeah, I had.
You
Hopefully
get
coming
some
back.
marketing.
Yeah, it'll be coming back now. I got you.
I mean, look
Coming
at
out of the
Crawford.
vault.
Yep.
Look at the squirrel.
Yeah.
Yep.
He got shirts.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna get something going for you guys.
Yeah,
I've already
fuck
been
yeah.
talking about it to certain people.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if you find out what the profit margin was he made off of these two, off of me,
Everybody be selling shirts.
don't expect me to be buying everybody's goddamn shirt at this price.
Oh, God
That's
damn it.
hilarious, though, man. That's great.
Well, I don't have any more questions for you guys. I actually have to
Yeah.
get going.
Yeah,
No,
we're
appreciate
believe it or not, man, we're up at we're 2 hours.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Time flies, huh?
Yeah.
Man. Before we go, give a shout out to whatever sponsors you got. Plug your fight.
All of 'em.
All of them, yeah.
Yeah. Flex.
Flex.
Plug. No, it's really plug now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, man. Obviously, shout out to the gym, man. Bulldog Boxing.
Yep.
They've taught me the skill set that I need to succeed, and more specifically, Matt Vona. I mean, that's the dude right there. Also, I got I co-host a radio show, ESPN 690.
Flex!
Big old flex, man. Listen to us every single day, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6. Flex. Besides that, man, it's all, it is what it is, man. So,
What's the date for the fight?
March 6th, UFC Fight Pass. It's gonna be, are we the third on the main card? I don't know if we,
So I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's the third from the main event. So it should, I think it's going to go down like about 10 o'clock our time, maybe.
Okay.
I'll be
Something
fucking
like that.
nervous as hell. That's how I always am.
Yeah.
Don't be nervous,
don't
man.
be
He's
nervous,
been doing
man.
his
I'm
thing,
never
man.
nervous.
I
Dude,
know,
that's
I
the
know.
Doing
thing.
his thing,
Hey,
man.
that's,
Listen, here's the thing.
I'm having a fucking heart
Anytime
attack.
I'm at a fight or watching a fight of somebody I know,
yeah.
I get nervous as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I
That's
hate
the
that
craziest
feeling.
thing, bro.
I'm
I
very
get
feeling
nervous
horrible.
watching him fight. I get nervous, or anybody from our gym. As soon as I'm going out there, it's like,
Yeah. Dude, that's what I was telling my family. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not nervous. You don't got to be nervous for me.
Oh, I know you're not, but that's the
Yeah.
thing, man. As I've gotten to know all more fighters and like Caveman and stuff
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
watch their fights.
Yeah,
I'm always pumped.
yeah.
But then I'm also like, I'm gonna fucking throw up in just a second.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Man, the worst one was my little brother, the one that passed away. He had a boxing match. We got a thing we call him Floyd Mayweather. He took one amateur boxing match and won, and he's undefeated.
Retired undefeated, man.
Yeah.
Good call.
But I was cornering him, bro, and in between breaks, like as soon as he comes to the stool, I'll hurry up and run to the bathroom and put some water on my face. 'Cause I swore I was gonna pass out. And I'll run back and I'll watch. I'm like, oh, shit. And then I'm watching Austin, man, just the two big guys throwing down. And you just like, oh shit, Austin, move, move,
Get out.
Yeah, man, it's great, man. I love watching them, man. It's great.
You got anybody that you want to plug in or flex on?
Hit him with the flex. Hit him with the flex
Same
fat.
thing, man. Shout out to Matt, Bulldog Boxing, Austin, man. He's gonna do his thing, and that's pretty much it, man. Shout out to everybody who supports me, man. I love you guys, and y'all just keep on supporting. And we're not gonna disappoint, man. Bulldog's up next.
Win or lose, man, you never disappoint, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
That's we behind you no matter what.
Oh, and shout out to you guys for having us too.
Yeah,
man.
thank you. Appreciate the hospitality.
Listen,
Yeah,
we love having people over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's normally us just talking, and it's like an old married couple. We get bored of each other sometimes. You're like,
As long as you're talking to yourself, man, you all good.
Yeah.
So,
And we support our guys. Win, lose, we don't care. We like good people, man. So as long as people are good, shit, man, they've always got our support.
Appreciate
Excellent.
it.
Thanks, guys.
Matt, anything you want to add?
Go on, flex on him, man.
I
flex.
am. I'm gonna flex.
It's
I'm gonna
your
flex
chance
on it.
now.
Right? No, I'm gonna flex hard, man. I wanna first of all thank you guys for having us out, man, and giving us a little voice here, man. I really appreciate that. Second of all, man, I'd like to just welcome everybody to tune into our journey, man. I've been doing this for a long time, almost longer than anybody in the area has done it. I've done this. I've been involved with martial arts, and some of the first pictures of myself as a kid involved me in martial arts and boxing and everything like that. And I've been around a lot of situations and a lot of people. This is something special. Make no mistake. These two gentlemen here are something special. These aren't run of the mill. These are 1 in 5, 1 in 10 million human being type people, And so no matter what happens, we're going to continue to push this pace and put on for Duval, man. And it's a really important thing, I think. And, I'm happy to have an outlet like this to be able to, get this out to the masses, Austin's fighting in LFA.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was just on the Contender Series, like not even a year ago. These are huge steps for the fight community in Jacksonville. And I think people are really sleeping on it, man, for one reason or the other, But yeah, man, we're just going to keep grinding and doing our thing. We got Fat coming along next, and then we got some younger guys coming down the pipe too, man. This isn't it, man. We're going to keep jamming. And, we want the whole community to get behind us and get with us, man. That's why one of the things that we've been doing, I'd like to shout out a couple people actually, before I'm done talking, that have actually been giving us a decent amount of help with our camp, and really being cool about it too, man, because, we could go to some place and they could be dicks and they could be like overtly trying to just do dumb shit or overtly trying to hurt or anything. I've seen all kinds of crazy shit happen. And these people that I'm going to mention, they don't have one bit of that in them, and I think that that's the right thing that they get some notoriety too. And, those people would be Dean Grant.
For sure.
My coach,
Dean Grant at the training yard, man. He's a great guy. He's been helping us out, and he's doing great. Also Brian Brown. He's opened up the doors for us to cross train. Those guys have a very unique system, and it works. Maybe not the whole system for everybody, you know what I mean? But we like to take a little bit from here and a little bit from there and kind of develop it into our own game, Also Roberto Cotero of Gracie Baja. He's
Awesome guy.
another one. He's a great guy. He's another one that's been around, man. In the beginning when this whole thing started, there was like a couple people looking around at each other about the fights, and when I was looking across the table, Roberto was one of the ones. Roberto was another one that I would see out there, and so it's good to have him. Also, I think I'm an old Helsing guy, man. I'm an old Helsing guy, and I can't change up, man. So these guys have been giving us our support. But on the low, man, Joe Vasconcelos, man, a lot of people sleep on him. He's a smaller guy or whatever. His jiu-jitsu is like super traditional. He's the old Helsing guy, but he's really, really solid, man. And he's another one that's been really giving us advice and helping us out. We got questions, we go to them and ask them and stuff, So shout outs to all those gentlemen in the community. Another reason why I think it was so important for me to do that is because I think a very short time ago, none of that was possible. I would say maybe definitely 10 years, definitely 10 years for sure. But probably 5 years ago, that wasn't a reality.
Yeah.
And so now think about the climate now. We have people that are moving into these bigger fights. Honestly, like those situations like that might not be a possibility if everybody wasn't working together the correct way. You know what I mean? Everybody has to work together the right way and do the right things 100%. For it to work. And that's what people are doing now. And I'm happy to see that with the community here. And I hope it only, gets better with time and increases in these relationships build and get stronger, you know?
I see you, Matt. TED Talk flex right there, man.
Yeah, that's a big flex.
TED Talk flex, man.
Big flex.
That was a huge, man. I love it, though, man. Nicely
He
said.
had to get that shit off his chest.
Nicely said, man. Where's the script at, bro? That was impressive.
Hey, no,
Holy
but he
shit.
reminded me of but you also reminded me of two other people too, man. Shout out to Smoke for always open.
Oh, man, how could I
Smoke,
forget,
man.
bro?
Yeah.
How could I
sorry,
forget?
what?
I forget about him because he's such the homie, man. That's how come I forget about him. So he's another one that kind of organically came about, man. So Daniel Holmes, man, he's another one.
Yeah,
He does all kinds of awesome stuff in the community. He coaches wrestling, and thank you for reminding me about that. Fact. So I don't think of that because he's also like a friend of mine, you know. And then after that, he fought with us
Black
for a while.
Hive CrossFit, right?
Black Hive CrossFit, man, they're also doing big things, man. They're acquiring CrossFit gyms, all in the area, and so we'll go there, and he's a wrestling coach, so we'll have some wrestlers over there, and they got some good guys over there, man, and anybody's welcome to join us over there. Anybody that needs to get some wrestling in or anything like that, we really focus on it over there, you know.
Then I got one more person, man. Nobody knows him. My boy Doug, man.
Oh man, Doug, for
could
sure.
be a pain in the ass.
For our gym, for the doghouse, that's who owns it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Doug.
Shout out to Doug. He's a pain in the ass.
He is a pain in the ass, man, but
thank you for
we
always
appreciate
helping
you,
us.
Doug.
Yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate you, Doug. Hey, nobody was more happier than Doug for the knockout, bro.
Right.
I ain't heard the end of that shit for like a week, bro. He kept sending me pictures and videos. He was just so happy, man. Shout out to Doug and shout out to y'all boys again, man, for having us here, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
Rock on. Before we go, you had a little incident with somebody at Twitter.
What happened?
So I'm going to call him out.
Oh,
Fuck
man.
you, guy. Listen,
no, here we go.
what are you doing for the community? He
Here we
just
go,
said what
man.
they're doing for the community.
You know this.
That's right.
What happened?
I appreciate. No, you're talking about the guy that I had a flex on Twitter when he called me
Oh,
the
I
show.
got you.
Yeah.
So
that was a while ago.
That's what these guys are doing for the community.
Absolutely.
You ain't doing shit.
Appreciate you, Walla.
And with that said, we're out.
We're out. Flex on him.